All right, it is Good Friends, Good Games. We all had an episode title just a second ago, but Everis voted us all out, so we can't use it.
It's unnecessary.
It's
Nice
unnecessary,
little
so we're
black
not going to use it.
Unnecessary arse garbage.
You also have a black line on the right of Everest's face cam.
I'm sure with all of our rage conversation coming up later in the episode that we will come up with something even better.
Yeah.
So the interesting part is everyone here has gotten an episode title except me.
What?
Yeah, I've never.
You just need to come up with more clever things to say.
You just need to say more random bullshit. That's what I do.
Have you tried being clever?
Well,
No.
It's not even a matter of cleverness. It's a matter of just pure random.
Yep.
Just what moment, you
You
know,
have to
like
sink down to my level.
So here's the thing.
What?
I
Sink
thought
down
about
to
this.
our
Like I
levels.
thought about this, right? But as we're now 24 episodes in, we're almost to the big 2.5. Now that we're 24 episodes in, I've learned that my role here is to kind of just let you
Control
guys
the chaos?
Let you I let you. My role here is to let you guys go into chaos, and then when it gets out of chaos, I round it back up. But
so because you're the mediator, you have a tough time coming up with clever titles.
Yeah.
no, I
Sounds
think
about
it's
right.
because
That
I'm
sounds right.
technically
Yep.
quote unquote the mediator that I never have the opportunity really to, or I never take the opportunity to go wild and say whatever's random at the top of my head.
Maybe we should have like temporary mediator for a day, and then just let Eric go wild, let Eric go ham.
You know
I
what?
don't know if
I
I
will
could
be
be easy.
I will be the stream babysitter.
I would
For,
be
like, the next
horrible,
20 minutes.
horrible.
I would not be that.
And let Eric talk about his snail trails and crayon stains or whatever the fuck
Oh
he
yes,
wants to
the
call it.
brown crayon stain.
The brown rain coming.
Brown rain. This is Good Friends, Good Games. It is July 29th. We had 3 episodes this month. I didn't realize that it fell that way. So
Yep.
You say it with such enthusiasm, Zenith. Yep.
No, just yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, I'm getting pretty good at it. Yep. Pretty soon, I will jock your style. But yeah, so I'm the mediator here. So I feel like it's just best to let you guys roam free and say whatever comes out of your mouths, and then we make
Or
episodes.
ass.
Or ass, really.
Ash.
Morgan,
of ass,
congratulations
ass.
to Morgan. Morgan got the title on the first time on,
Nice.
and she scored
Yep.
the title.
Speaking of ass, I wonder if Ever saw my going live tweet.
Let's go
No,
look
I
at
didn't.
that.
Oh,
I
now-
totally,
now
I
she
forgot.
has
I
to
forgot
know.
about it.
Let's go on this. Let's see. We're gonna go look at a going live tweet from Legend of Zenith here.
Legend
I'm sorry, an
of
X
Zenith.
from Legend of Zenith.
I was fired.
What?
Who fired me?
Wait, you got rehired? What the fuck?
Yeah, don't worry. We rehired. That's why
When
you're
did-
on the podcast.
when did we
today,
rehire
not
her?
you weren't
I wasn't a
last
part of this
time.
conversation.
There was no official rehiring process.
No,
I feel
neither- I'm-
gypped.
We totally didn't, just dump you off in river. It's fine.
I feel
Oh.
so
You're
gypped
back.
of the experience to sign a paper saying that I was rehired and I didn't get that opportunity.
We don't operate like a business here.
Dictatorship.
There's no blood
Dictatorship all the way.
contract.
Oh, I know what this is about. It's because on the last episode.
Oh, she didn't listen to the last episode. That's what it is.
The last episode, I said, if I remember right, I said, Leshki is on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone else was like, oh, where's Everis? And I said, I thought I said Everis. No, you said Leshki. And then from there, everyone's like under the assumption that
Yeah.
we parted ways with you.
I-
And I was like,
yeah.
no, that's not the case. No one has gone
been
against their
canceled.
own will or their will of themselves. No one has gone as far as I know. And I had
So
to correct
basically,
this.
what happened was Eric accidentally fired you, and then we had to rehire you after that.
Yeah. After much revolting from the
Yeah.
After much
podcast
revolting from
listeners.
the community,
Especially
which,
from
I would have never thought
Morgan.
that Everest. I would have never thought that Everest is bigger than Metallica because there was so much revolting that they're just like they were just like, damn. But
Guys, chat, I am honored.
To be real with you,
The honored one is
to be
here.
real with you, I'm the type of guy where it'd be like, okay, you're gonna go and you're gonna file for your unemployment, and they're gonna come question me, and I'm gonna be like, you know what, I'm not dealing with this. Just hire her back.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't have
Too
the
much paperwork.
I don't have the energy for the paperwork. I don't even have the energy to pass it on to Morgan to do the paperwork. I'm just
Nah.
like, nope.
Morgan would have just rejected it straight back as well.
Morgan
Someone
could
said,
never
"Nope."
fire anybody. I don't think so. Maybe Zenith. Maybe Morgan would fire Zenith. I don't know.
I mean, I
I'm sure it's. I think it's happened. I feel like it's happened several times, but then a second later she's rehired again.
Yay.
Yeah. Well, so I had a very rough week. I've been kind of
Ooh.
like quiet about it, but it's a very, very rough week. I won't go into too many details of it because it's actually very, very sad, but unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. And it's kind of been in the back of my mind, back and forth, up and down, left and right. You try to like push things in the back of your mind and then it come forward again. We had an unfortunate loss on our team at work, like loss of life. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
gosh.
somebody on our team passed away, and it's
Like by choice.
it's very difficult to talk about. It's actually
Mhm.
very, very heartbreaking. But let's just say it's tragic.
Oh.
It's a very tragic scenario that happened. So I'll put it out there now. So like if I sound like I'm kind of, in a mood, I'm getting better. Like we went through some grief counseling at the office and stuff like that to kind of talk through everything. But it was kind of rough for me, and like Pal's been very, very, sweet and understanding and helpful about it and everything, and kind of letting me process it all. And I haven't, and for you guys, the panel here, that's kind of why I've been a little quiet over the course of the week. I've been kind of like focusing on work and stuff and trying to clear my head of things. And I played some games to relax. Pal and I went out a couple of times, did, everyday life things to kind of, bring some normalcy back to the old situation. But the reason it bothered me was because I've had coworkers pass away, but they were elderly, and then it's after I had left the company for a year or two, or whatever, and then you find out later on from somebody through the grapevine, oh, unfortunately so and so passed away, and you're sad about it. This is like one of the first times where it's been like someone directly I worked with on a regular basis, and then two just like out of nowhere.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
That's
it's rough.
awful.
I appreciate that. So I'm working through it. I'm getting better. It was just tough because it was such a damn shock. You go into work one day and you're just like, and it's the sad thing about it was like I had just talked to the person on Friday. They like messaged me. We use Slack at work. If you don't know what Slack is, it's basically like a professional version of Discord. And she messaged me. She said, "Hey, I took care of that thing you worked on. Let me know if you need any help." And then I was like, "Awesome, thanks. I'll take a look at it and let you know." And then that was the last, message, and then the incident happened. So it's been a little,
Wow.
yeah, it's been a little hard. So on the note to make a little bit of a positive out of this or whatever I can, if you're ever thinking about someone or you haven't heard from someone in a minute, yeah, go hug your loved ones, go shoot a text, go send a phone call or something like that, because you never know. You never know.
A couple of months ago, I found out I don't want to keep this sad conversation.
No, we're
going,
gonna turn the
but, like,
tide here,
More.
But like my I heard about my grandpa dying over Facebook.
which that's hard
Oh.
and tragic in itself. And
That was I mean I was like, my mom, what
yeah,
is this true? Like, is this even real? And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I forgot to tell you. It's
How
kind
did
of
you forget?
I don't know.
okay,
I
to be
think
fair.
she was
to be
I
fair,
think she was pissed off because she didn't hear it until days after it happened from my dad's brother.
and to be fair,
So they feel
sometimes-
gypped off.
And I'm sorry to hear that happened to you, because I remember you mentioned that like that's what happened, and I was like, I'm sorry to hear that, and that's really unfortunate. To be fair though, sometimes like you're like, why didn't you tell
You're
me?
in
Why didn't you tell me?
grief,
That
yeah.
person's in grief. They're in shock. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
But I figured,
Understandable.
the reason I don't want to send this podcast in a mood where it's like a solid mood or whatever, but like it's always kind of been one of my policies too, is to like just full disclosure to you guys. Like, you know, if something's on my mind or something that would genuinely affect conversation or what, you know, what it be with anyone here, it's kind of like, this is kind of where I'm at right now. And
I forgave her, but the reason I brought it up is because I understand that feeling of shock.
Yeah.
You know, that shock factor of, oh my gosh, this happened and it's so sudden and unexpected. And, all
and
that
my
stuff.
old,
So, yeah.
my old boss, because I worked on a different team that she worked for. I worked with her directly and stuff when I was on that team still. I trained her and things like that. So that was, you know, hard to process.
Yeah.
But my old boss, like, I feel for that guy right now because, like, he's in this state of, like, he's in grief, right? Like, he lost a team, which has never happened to him. He's never lost a team member before, you know, like on his team. And then on top of that, the stuff that's really, really difficult, and this is what's really, really sad, I think, when you think about stuff like this, is that someone passes on, but the world doesn't stop moving.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, he has to go to HR and he says, hey, I have to go put up a want ad for, you know, a position. Like, I need to hire somebody to fill this role. And, like, I think that's weighing on him a bit because, like, he's almost forced to have to, like, move on professionally.
He's not ready. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel so bad for him because that's, like, hard to do. Like, I would have a hard time being like, hey, if, you know, God forbid something ever happened to anyone here, I would have a hard time being like, well, who the fuck fills that seat? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I'd probably be the hardest one to fill the boots here.
Oh my God.
because you're a special, Dill. Because you are special.
Oh, you
'cause I'm
special
British.
bean.
I have
one of
this,
me?
like, deep down, I have this, like, special love for all four of you guys, where if something happened, I would be shook to my core.
I'll probably be the first.
Yeah. Dill.
First to leave?
No, first to die.
Dill.
Why? That's so
Why?
morbid.
Could happen.
What? How? Would you get hit by a bus or something? Like, what is your? Where do you?
Bus,
How do you?
train? I don't know.
Well,
Helicopter.
Well, you know what, Dill? Don't stand in front of buses and don't step in front of trains, okay?
You
like
can't
that's
stop
just-
me.
so-
You're not my mother. You can't stop
Don't
me.
be the next dumb ways to die meme. Like, don't
God.
fill that void.
I will be remembered forever for that.
I'm honestly surprised the way Dill's talking right now. I'm honestly surprised he wasn't on, like, TikTok eating Tide Pods and stuff like this. Like, why do I be the-
Tide Pods are lame.
I'd be
I'm
the
all
first to
about the
die.
below
Tide
pads.
Pod it up. But
No, I
scary-
mean, you know.
no, serious note. Like, this is a serious note. It's like, if anything happened to you three, like, I would be shook.
That's fair.
I would be shook, you know, to my core.
Yeah.
yeah.
And, like, I don't know what I would do. And then as for, like, go ahead.
I feel really odd because I haven't been in a place in my life yet where I've lost someone so close to me that I felt that way.
Yeah, you
before.
don't know, like, where to process it. Right? Your
Yeah.
grandparents would be the closest one. you
Which
know,
makes
at
it really
this point.
awkward as like a, medical professional. And people will unload their feelings and be like,
Yeah.
I have a client who she lost her husband. She's only in her 50s, so it's not like super late in life. She lost her husband and she's going through a grieving period. And it's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's
you know,
scary.
it's so foreign to me. And I feel really weird. Feels super weird. So I don't even know what would happen if like
right, and it's hard.
that
and
happened.
that's the thing. There's no, like, rule book for any of this stuff. And this, like, as morbid as this, I don't know, this doesn't necessarily sound morbid to me or whatever, but I'm getting to that age where, like, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. You know, I'm getting to this age where it's like, okay, I have to lay stuff out should something unexpected happen.
You're a full turkey.
Yeah, like, I'm cooked. You know, like, I'm literally cooked. You know, and now I'm just. People are enjoying my feast while there's time left. You know what I mean? You know, they're enjoying this turkey while the time here is left. But I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So, like, I have to go think about things like, okay, something unexpected happens. What happens to this? Like, where does this stuff go? Where does all my sentimental stuff go?
Yeah.
And it's, like, it's hard. It's, like, it's weird discussion, right? There's no, but, like, I talk to my girlfriend a lot about this kind of stuff where it's like, she's like, okay, like, what do you want? Like, if something unexpected happens, I was like, oh, I think I want to be cremated, like that kind of stuff. Because I have to lay out some kind of game plan should something unexpected happen, God forbid.
Viking burial. Viking burial.
You know what? Dill just brought this amazing idea. I'll take you one step further, and I'll do the Jedi thing where they just like cremate me and then push me off into the lake.
Wait, I thought Jedi just burned on top of like a giant pile of sticks.
That's just Vader.
That's just Vader.
That's just Vader.
No,
But-
I just watched. Who played the end of? Oh, this is a spoiler, kind of. Who played Jedi Survivor?
I have
or
not
Jedi-
possessed Survivor.
Jedi, not the first one, the second one.
Oh, I've not finished the second one yet.
I've not finished. I've not played it.
No, yeah.
Don't
Spoiler
even go
alert!
there.
Don't do it.
You're dead. We're done.
I'm not gonna say who did. I'm just saying that
Oh, okay.
there was a pile of sticks.
Okay,
There was a pile of sticks.
maybe I have it wrong then.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a Game of Thrones thing I saw where they like do it and they push them off. into
Witcher
the lake.
does. Witcher
Okay.
does.
Maybe
Witcher
that's where
does.
I saw it then. Okay. Anyway, enough of this sad talk. But yeah, I just wanted to be fully honest and full disclosure why I was kind of
We
quiet.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
we
quiet
appreciate
most
that.
of the
Yeah,
week and
fair
stuff
enough.
like that. I think it's fair to let you guys know, like, if something's bothering me or if I'm in a state of mind,
Yeah.
because obviously I
enough.
don't want to put any concern in your guys' head that isn't necessary. You know what I mean? So anyway, fun stuff. I'll go ahead and I'll start with the fun stuff here. So we've developed a new addiction, guys.
Uh-oh.
It is bad. So
Well, I can see it right here.
we're getting into the comic book game.
Oh, I've seen your post here.
Yeah, we're getting into the comic book game, and this is mostly Pow's doing. This is Pow's doing. Pow has been. I was into comic books a lot, like a decade or so ago, maybe, and late '90s, and then I kind of weaned off a little bit, got into video games really heavy and stuff like that. But I've always had comic books. So like now, Pow, when I met Pow was pretty big into comic books. Pow, if you guys are ever curious, Pow has a thing for female superheroes. She loves Wonder Woman. She loves Spider-Gwen. She loves Spider-Woman. She's very big on female superheroes. So if you ever want to wish Batter Panda a happy birthday or something, send her a nice card with a female superhero on it. She'll love it.
Oh,
Oh, good to
So
know.
she's big on female superheroes with superpowers. And
Superpoos.
so Pow started telling me about Wonder Woman and all this stuff. And then as one of my, you know how you do nice little gestures and stuff when you're first dating and, you're trying to impress somebody, right? So
sure.
I went over to the comic book store at the time and I had bought her like a small little stack of Wonder Womans. And then I bought her like a candy bar and all that kind of stuff, and I wrapped it up in a nice little gift package there for the date, right? And then that kind of started the bug. So then I started messing with my comic books and all that stuff. Now we're getting into like full swing.
Oh no.
It's getting bad. All right.
Yeah.
We're not talking like well, thank God we have the whole Kindle and tablet thing and stuff like that. So I don't have boxes of comic books on the floor anymore.
Okay.
Right?
Is it more or less expensive to buy digital than to buy paper?
They're about the same price. They're the
Okay.
same price usually. Sometimes too, if you like go to a comic book store, they have a thing called a pull list where if you work with a comic book store and you put your name on a pull list and you put what you're getting, sometimes they'll give you a discount. They'll give you 10% off or whatever if you have a pull list with them. Because the pull list, you go every week or whatever, or month, whatever their plan, how it works. And then you get all the stack of books. They'll put them aside for you when they come. And then you go and you get your pull list and you have a whole stack of books to read. They'll give you a discount that way. But if you're doing like onesies and twosies, digital versus paper, it's the same price for the most part. But the nice thing about it is the space factor, right? You have a tablet. They're all on your tablet. You don't have boxes like in the old days of comic books just sitting on your floor or whatever, taking up space. So that's cool. But where we're really having a problem is Pow and I are starting to get into the high-end stuff. I don't know if
The
anyone
rare
saw.
books.
Yeah, we're starting to get into like some of the not necessarily rare, but we're doing some hunting, right? I'll explain. So
Uh-oh.
I don't know if Batter Panda's in the channel here. I didn't see her yet. I haven't looked at the chat.
She
really.
was,
Okay.
but
She
she
was
might
here.
be gone
Yeah.
now.
Okay, I haven't looked in the chat yet. But so Pow and I were having this discussion, and Pow like really wants to get into it, like really get a good collection going, and we had to develop a plan, right? Because if you don't, you're gonna buy everything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, what do you want? And she's like, oh, I like these characters that I love, Oh, she is here. Hi, pal. She has these characters that she loves, right? And I was like, okay, if you have this specific group of characters that you love, you want to go and you want to go get their first appearances, which is the first time they've ever appeared in a comic book. And then you want to go get their first issue if they do a run, like a single, run. So her first bite was she bought a Spider-Gwen '1, which is the #1 of her own series. So that was the first one she bought.
Nice.
And then that was about $150,
God
$160.
damn.
Wow.
Right now, these are graded, so they've been submitted. Someone looks over it and they give it a grading out of 10, and it's a 9.8, which is about as high as you can get. There are very few 10 graded
Without being mint. Like, is 10 mint?
10 would literally be perfect off the pressing machine and put straight into a grading slab. Like, that's how hard it is to get a 10. Because obviously they get handled when they're shipped, they get handled when they're put on the shelves, etc. So like it's very, very difficult to get a 10. It has to be perfect off the press. And they look at things like, is the cover centered? Are the staples perfectly centered in the, did the staples cause damage going into the book and stuff like that? All goes into the grading, right? Which is all technical talk. But for the sake of this conversation, she got a 9.8, which is very, very high. That was a $150 book.
Wow.
And then we started.
Wow.
She's like, oh no, we're getting here. So this is just the appetizer, guys.
Uh-oh.
So then she goes and she hunts some more. Okay, she found a Spider-Woman #1, which was from like 80 something, mid 80s, late 70s, early 80s. I'm sorry, and she got that in a 9. She got that at $80. Pretty decent.
Okay.
That's a fairly reasonable price, right? Decent book,
Yeah.
good grade, all that stuff, right? And then she was looking at She-Hulk #1, which is about a $300 book.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when we start talking. I'm like, okay, we got to start figuring out what a game plan is if you're going to do this stuff. And I said, the Spider-Verse stuff is very, very popular right now. Like that movie took off. And when these movies take off, the prices of these books go up in price, like exponentially. I said, okay, here's the situation we're in. You have Spider-Gwen #1. You love Spider-Gwen. We need to start thinking about if you want to go get a Spider-Gwen first appearance, because that's an expensive book. And you want to get it now while the movie has passed and it's in this lull period before the third one comes out. Because what'll happen is, I told her,
it'll probably get a resurgence when it releases on digital release. I think digital release, then that's when it will get a resurgence will happen again.
And then the other factor is, spoiler alert, like Spider-Gwen is fairly prominent in the second movie, right? But there's rumors floating around that she's going to be a big deal in the third one. Like they're talking multiverse Gwen stuff.
Oh yeah.
So now I was like,
things.
okay. I was like, babes, you have to really sit and think about this. Like you either invest in it now and pay the money now and get it while you can get it, or if you wait, there's a chance you're going to be priced out and can't afford the book anymore. And she's like, okay. So we put it on the list and we started hunting and we started talking to some vendors and stuff, right? To start keeping a hunt for this thing. A 9.8, a first appearance of Spider-Gwen in a 9.8 will go for $1,500.
Oh my God. Wow.
This is cheap in terms of first appearances.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
$1,500.
For comparison, a first appearance of Wolverine in a 5 to 6 will go for about $3,000.
Okay.
First appearance of Deadpool is in the $2,000 mark. For modern reference, the first appearance of Miles in a 9.8 hit $4,000 when it was at its peak.
Bloody hell.
So this is what I'm getting at here, right? So I told her, I said, okay, if Gwen takes off in this third movie and Marvel says we're rolling with Gwen, we're going to make TV shows, the whole shebang, I'm like, that book's going to go up in price and you will possibly be priced out.
Yeah.
So Pal was like, okay, rip my wallet. Exactly what she said, right? But she did it, guys. We have a store. It's very popular. It's called Golden Apple Comics in Hollywood. Shout outs to them. They had one on the wall, and it was a 9.4, which a 9.4 to a 9.8 to the human eye is very negligible. It may be a dented, like a small scrape on the corner or something that would drop the grading down. $550.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
We're like looking and we're doing eBay comparisons and stuff like that.
It's literally like 75% off?
Right. Give or take.
60% off?
Compared to a 9.8, which is super expensive, right?
Right.
So we're like, okay, this is a good grade. It's negligible, but you'll have the book in your collection. And then if it shoots off, you're done already. Like you got the hard one. You know what I mean? For your set, you got the hard one done. And I
Wow.
was like, talk to them. I was like, talk to them, have them take it off because they have them on the top of the wall. I was like, have them take it down. That way they know you're somewhat serious. And then Pal's like, I'm scared. I'm just go talk to them. The worst they'll say is no, right? And she pulls it down.
Yeah.
She looks at it and she says, is the price negotiable? And the guy's
Oh.
like, I got some wiggle room. And he was like, what are you thinking? And Pal says 500. And the guy goes, it was 550. She offers 500. The guy's like 525. And then she's like, I'll take it.
Okay.
So
Nice.
Pal is good. She's got a Spider-Gwen first appearance, one of her favorite characters, in a 9.4. Graded everything. It's in her collection and it's done. So if this movie shoots to the stratosphere, we're okay.
Yes.
You know?
Which, if you haven't heard about Beyond the Spider-Verse, which is the next movie that's coming out, it's been delayed indefinitely at the moment.
It's delayed indefinitely.
Yep. It's
Because of the
writer strikes, yeah.
So I'm starting to, because now I'm starting to buy stuff. I bought the first appearance of Spider-Punk because, you know, I'm a punk rock fan and it's Spider-Man and Spider-Punk. And I love Spider-Punk when I saw him in the game, like the Sony game, and it was a costume.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this is awesome. I want this character, right? He's in Spider-Verse. He took off in Spider-Verse.
He was so much cooler in there. Oh, my God.
He was cool in Spider-Verse. But what triggered me to go get this book was like there was a cosplay that a guy did for Anime Expo that trended on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere.
I saw that. That was fucking insane.
I'm like, okay, this guy's going to be a thing. So I went and I hunted down that book right away while it was still semi-affordable. I bought that book. I paid $60 some odd for it. I'm okay. And then I wanted the first appearance of Penny Parker, which is the one that rides in the big anime robot.
Yeah.
I bought that book. Fun fact about Penny Parker is I bought it because, one, Penny Parker's cool, but two, it was actually written by Gerard Way of My Chemical Romance.
I heard about that, yeah.
So, like, when My Chemical Romance went on hiatus, Gerard Way went into comic books, wrote the Umbrella Academy, sold it to Netflix, all that good stuff. But he actually got a stint at Marvel writing Spider-Verse, and he wrote Penny Parker into the Spider-Man universe. So I bought it for that reason. Pretty cool stuff. So, yeah, Pal was nervous to buy, Pal was nervous just the fact that she spent $550 on a comic book.
Yeah.
But, like, it's a rush. It's exciting, and it's fun. It's been very, very fun. It's a nice change of pace from the video game stuff. I've even thought about like unloading video game stuff and maybe getting into comic books a little bit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because like I have all this retro stuff here. I will never sell my Zelda collection. Like that, I've worked hard on that and hunted high and low for stuff to keep it. So like I wouldn't. But there's a lot of random stuff I have that I got over the years, like random games and things like that. I'm like, why am I going to keep these? Like I have no attachment to Bible Adventures on NES. Like, why would I keep this? Right? Because I found it and it's hard to find. Like I found it somewhere in a Goodwill. I was like, no. So I took that, put it towards some books and things like that. It's like weird as you get older, you kind of want to start like, you don't want to lose that nostalgia you have for stuff you grew up with. But like, you also don't want a shelf littered with toys and all this kind of stuff. Like,
it's tough. It's really hard. So I've got like stuff that's in a box right now that's like I feel like I talk about Witcher every day.
It's okay. Sorry. That's your thing. No, that's your
thing.
It's
fine.
But I've got Geralt in a bathtub. And I don't know where to put him.
I'm sorry. You got Geralt in a what now?
I've got Geralt in a bathtub. It's about this big ish.
Is it from that scene?
It's a statue.
Scene where he's literally manspreading?
Yes, but there's
God.
bubbles covering the areas.
Okay, good.
You see his legs and you see his, naked
Abs,
chest, and then everything else is just covered by bubbles. But it's like, where do you put that kind of thing? Josh got it for me for Christmas like 3 years ago. I don't remember it. And it's still in the box because I don't know where to put it. That's not the kind of thing that you like.
I'm telling you now. Here's the thing.
But who's gonna come in my house and be like, "Excuse me, who is this guy in a bathtub?"
Did we just lose Dill?
Oh no, Dill froze.
Dill, are you okay?
It looks like his power went out because his light went off.
All right, welcome back. Sorry for the technical delay there. Dill has rejoined us.
Hi.
Rip the power.
Sorry. Yeah.
He got so excited over naked Geralt in the bathtub.
I was just about to say before I realized.
Who
I was just about
freaking
to say.
wouldn't? I mean, like,
I was just
naked
about to say.
Geralt in
It's
a
Geralt.
bathtub, naked Yennefer in a bathtub. You know, it's the same thing.
It's not the same thing, but okay. But what I was gonna say,
yeah.
what I was gonna say is, Everis, that man definitely loves you. I think he's waiting for the moment where you want him to cosplay as Geralt in the tub, and then see what happens. You know,
I would say, yeah, probably.
he's probably just waiting. You are muted, Everis.
You're muted, Everis.
He'll probably forever be in a bot. I don't know. There's just no good places for him right now.
You
I
know
don't
where you
know.
should put him? I got an idea for you. Invite the family over for Thanksgiving and make that the centerpiece.
The centerpiece.
Oh my god!
Put the yams,
Yes.
everything around
Yeah.
it.
You saw you saw the picture, right?
Yeah.
Like you clicked on the link.
Oh yeah,
There's
I
a
saw that.
second one too, like a little chibi version of.
Oh yes, the chibi version.
He's
Oh
the
my God,
little,
chibi.
the little bathtub dude. I don't know. It's kind of funny because it's like it looks like he barely fits in the tub.
I say
Anyway.
do it. Make that the centerpiece of Thanksgiving. I'm all about it.
Oh jeez.
But it also has to be like act as like a tip jar.
Yeah,
You get a toss a coin to your Witcher.
let's toss coins in there.
Yeah, people's got to tip you for your hospitality. That's all. Just put some coins on a fucking naked Geralt.
That's where all the
centerpiece.
tips
Do
go.
I just need like a little, Geralt in the corner of my stream in a bathtub, and then all the bits
Yeah.
fall into
Oh,
the tub?
yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. Yes, that's the content we want.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh
Make it happen.
no.
That's the idea. Now you gotta make that happen.
Yeah.
You gotta
I love
make
it.
Yeah,
so.
basically, every time someone sends biddies, just maybe have like a non-copyright version of a toss a coin to your Witcher.
Yeah.
I
just
have
copyrighted?
an 8, or it's like a bitmap type like version of the song. So
I love it. We're
Okay.
gonna do it. We'll do it. We'll even do it in an
Yeah.
episode here. We'll just put it in the corner. On technical notes here, the audio box situation here. The company is going to RMA my box, and they're going to give me a new one. Well, I don't know if it's a new
Nice.
one, but they're going to give me a refurb. But yeah, I got that whole situation worked out. They're going to send me a new one. Unfortunately, they don't do like a drop ship of it. Like they send me one, and then I send them theirs back. Like they don't do that. I have to send it, wait for them to process or whatever. So I'll have to run to the store and get a backup at some point here in the next couple weeks. But that they're gonna take care of it. So I'm fortunate for that. But anyway, technical issues aside, and Geralt in the tub, or Geralt, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Geralt in the tub.
Geralt, how dare?
Geralt of Rivia.
How dare?
How dare I? How dare I?
It's not-
Okay,
at least it's not Gerald.
yeah, Geralt.
It's
It's
Yeah.
not a J, it's a G.
Gerald.
It's
Gerald.
like the GIF. That's like the GIF versus GIF argument.
GIF
Who
all the
says
way.
GIF? Does anybody here say GIF? Because if they do,
No, it's a GIF.
GIF.
thank you.
If-
Okay, I'm
if
glad we
I
didn't.
say
I'm
GIF,
glad that's
you say
resolved.
GIF.
It's a GIF.
Yeah.
I'm really digging Dill's sweater, by the way. That's legit.
Yeah.
I got it
Yeah,
for Christmas.
Nice.
I was
All
gonna
right,
say, if you pronounce it GIF, no wonder why they're just coming out with confirming aliens do exist.
Oh my god, I did not give two shits about that.
People are
Yeah,
upset
I
about
don't
the
care.
government, guys. Release the alien info.
Yeah,
Yeah,
quite literally distraction plan alpha and
Such
beta.
a waste of time.
Yeah, for
Mhm.
real. We got bigger issues to worry about. We already knew they were out there. We just got bigger issues to worry
Yeah.
about.
I'm one of them. Sorry.
Yeah. What have you guys been up to? What do you got? Dill, Everest, what have you guys been up to?
I'm trying to think of what I've been up to the last 2 weeks. Apart from editing and stuff and working.
Yeah.
Apart from,
Yeah, you've been cranking out some of that YouTube content. We've been watching it.
Yeah, I've been cranking a lot, trying to grind, trying to get up to like the new requirements, which I don't know when the new requirements for YouTube's actually going to drop because they haven't done so yet for me. But
Is the
like,
UK under a different plan? Like, do they have a different schedule?
well,
or
they
something?
say they're going to drop them for like the UK and the US. So I don't know when the requirements are going to drop. I'm just hoping they do at some point.
Yeah. So you're already like in the mix there.
I'm getting close.
Oops.
Whoa.
I just realized I am actually not wearing pants, and I'm showing it on my Facebook.
He's
Wait,
showing knee.
wait. Are you?
He's showing knees.
Not
That's
the
only
knees.
no. We must make an only knees account in order to actually do that.
All
right.
right. Do we need to have like a weekly podcast thing? Is Zen wearing, or which podcast members are wearing pants?
I got a question for you guys then. Okay, how many here?
Okay.
This is probably more a question for the boys because I don't think Everis would do this. But
Okay.
how many of you guys here have actually streamed like in your boxers or whatever, and they just had the camera up?
Never.
Never? Okay.
Never?
Do
I've
booty
worn
shorts count?
I've worn
Unless
shorts,
if you count these,
but
what I'm
like
wearing.
you know.
Wait, are these
yeah.
like gym shorts you're wearing or something, Zenith, or is this legit
Should I
underwear?
stand up? Should I stand up?
That's a
Wait,
good
I mean,
question.
okay, we
Should
got to
stand
be
up?
serious about this here. Is it legit underwear that you are wearing? Like,
It's not underwear.
okay, okay,
Like it comes down to my knees.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. I'm guessing you're wearing like some basketball shorts or something.
Actually, they are, believe it or not. They're Zelda shorts.
Oh my god.
Yo,
they're
these are
Zelda shorts.
class. If you
Well,
are
okay,
listening to
so
this, if you're listening to
I
Zenith
don't-
is wearing shorts with Zelda print.
Yeah.
I don't. Hold on a
shorts.
hold on a second. Hold
Okay.
on.
Processing.
Is that not pants?
No.
Is that not pants?
They're shorts. They're
They're
shorts. not
covering your
pants.
bum. It's a pants.
Yeah, but they don't go all the
Underwear
way.
also
They
covers
only
my
go
bum.
like
Okay,
halfway.
how about that? It cover all. It goes to your knees. They're pants.
Pants that
It
no
goes to my
pants
knees.
cover all the way to the ankle. That's pants. Those
Okay,
are shorts.
I've always associated with as long as it's not underwear and it's covering your bottom, like those are pants.
I don't think
Yeah.
you can say I'm not wearing pants if you're wearing shorts. Because
You're wearing
not wearing
shorts.
pants means I'm wearing underwear, but I'm not wearing pants. Whereas
No,
I'm
you-
wearing.
you- You could wear shorts, and then that's not pants.
But you
that's
can't
the
say
shorts.
I'm not wearing pants because everyone's gonna think that you're just wearing underwear.
So,
That's how
This
it
is-
works.
This is legit why we like Hannah and I were like, yes, Everis works. Like this is legit why Everis is
then-
here on this
No,
podcast for conversations.
because
like
but
this.
shorts are not better pants. They're shorts.
Yes, exactly. See, Morgan gets
The
what I'm
shorts.
saying. It's like if you say I'm not wearing pants, then we're gonna
Yeah.
immediately think,
Right.
oh
Well,
crap,
yeah.
he's
we
butt
immediately
naked.
think- we
You know,
immediately
Everest,
think that,
I would-
yes.
I would agree with you. If I was wearing what I was wearing yesterday, maybe I could have been wearing pants, but they're jeans, but they're shorts. So technically they're jorts.
Oh
but
no,
are they
you're
pants?
a jorts
Are they
guy.
Oh,
Shut up! I'm a pair of
no.
jorts.
Oh, typical
know how they-
Canadian. Jesus.
Do you know how many like top notch like fitness guys like way up high in like the popularity wear jorts when they go to the gym? I don't get it. I don't see how they can do it. Like how are they the stretchy jeans? Or are they just short? Like are they just loose enough to where you can squat in them? I've never understood that.
I don't know.
Best
that's-
that's Canadian.
That's a weird thing because I do notice that these kind of jeans are actually the jean shorts are more comfortable than wearing a pair of jeans because I think like the discomfort comes from just having something on your legs as opposed to like anything that's like above the knees. And they're also like a rather loose pair because if I'm not wearing a belt, I have to hold on to them, otherwise they will fall.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know about the jorts thing. Like, I don't know how these guys can do it, but we're, in LA here, everything's like the Gymshark, the young LA, like the fitness influencer pants, right? It's really weirds me out where these dudes are wearing like these jogger sweatpants that are so tight where I'm like, I don't know how you're moving in these things. Like, how are you squatting in these things?
Stretchy material.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
mean,
but
they are taking the stretchy material to the limit. Now, I'm not against the jogger. Like,
Are you like half expecting it to like rip the butt crack or something? Like, is
Yeah.
that what you're?
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what they're called, squat proof.
God forbid one of these dudes like pops wood or whatever, like in the gym because it's going to be
A ball
visible.
falls out.
Yeah, it's going to be visible, right? And I was like, why are you guys doing this? But I mean, I get it. They're trying to show off shape or whatever, but I'm not against the jogger thing. I found a pair at like Costco that look like slacks, like dressy, like slacks almost, like color wise. And I've been wearing those things to work, and I don't think I can go back to pants.
Oh.
Like, I don't think I can.
Yeah, I only wear shorts at home.
But I mean, I get the pants argument. I get what Everest is getting at. If Zenith was in his underwear, I would equate that to being not wearing pants.
Too comfortable.
Yeah, but he is wearing shorts.
Shorts.
There's like this look on the face. I was wondering because you two, like Zenith and Everis, have this look on their face like something's going on, and I was like, is there something I need to know about or whatever? Or like, no, technical. Okay.
No,
So-
I'm just trying to figure out where to go from here. It's just like when people say I'm not wearing pants, it's like I just
Where-
assume they're not wearing,
I feel
like not wearing anything on their legs.
I feel like we've broken Everest here. It's just like, where do I go from here?
Yeah,
My
like she's
mind is
dumbfounded, like
it's-
literally like shook. Have you
I'm
ever
just
done
glad
that?
there's people that agree with me. That's all.
Have you done the Zoom meeting thing? Okay, then have you guys? If you haven't done the stream thing, like in your underwear or whatever, but have you done the Zoom meeting where you're like wearing shorts and like you're like dressed up for the meeting thing, like top up, but you're like in
I've
shorts?
seen the meme. I've
Yeah.
seen the meme. I've never had a job where I needed to do Zoom calls.
Nah.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing nowadays.
But it
You
was like
wonder.
a bit, yeah. I mean, just COVID just like completely
Yeah.
exacerbated that whole vibe.
Yeah, it's wild. Everest and Dill were talking about their weekend while Gina's realized he was
Were
showing
we?
these. Yeah. You were doing a lot of editing.
Sorry.
You were trying to get on the YouTube.
I've never
Yeah.
seen Zen's knees.
Oh, I will say I'm like 2 followers away from 1,000 followers on TikTok now as well.
What? Good
So-
Nice,
job.
GG.
Hey.
Yeah.
Heyo.
So like, if I don't know if anyone just wants to follow me on TikTok, Big Deal Gamer, there you go, follow it.
Yeah, you've been doing very well on TikTok. I'm
Yeah.
also kind of like upset at TikTok because I was like on a roll with uploading, and then I posted something, and the TikTok had no audio,
Oh,
and then I uploaded it on YouTube, and they decided to not. It for some reason, like every other video has that, like YouTube Short has about like 200, 300 views.
yeah.
This one has 17 views, and I don't understand. Maybe it's because I have Justin
It's-
Bieber music in it.
It's it's a weird
Oh, is this
thing.
the Beaver? The Bieber
Yes,
Bieber
Justin-
Bieber?
Yes, Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
The believer, the poo-poo. Yeah, it's a weird thing. TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. I've experimented with all 3 of them, and one thing that I noticed is that it's not all of them that pop off when you upload a video. It's like one, and then the rest of them just do like either nothing or like
Yeah, if you looked
The
at like
medium.
people who are fairly established on TikTok, you see like a weird wave.
yeah.
Like you'll see one that just absolutely blew up, and then the
Yeah.
next 2 are like maybe a third of the views or the interaction they had with the other one.
Yeah,
So,
it's a
the
very
system
is weird.
balanced,
So weird.
like algorithm. It's
It's
very
so
strange.
yeah, it's so odd. And then the problem I think with it is that they keep changing the algorithm to
Mhm,
like
yeah.
see what works for them and stuff like that. It's hard. I mean, you'll get it. You'll
Yeah.
figure it out. And then
Yeah, I
sometimes
just
you just
keep-
have to hit that one way. And then there's times where I've watched like a person's like whole slew of content, and then out of nowhere they stop showing up on like my For You page.
Yep.
It's
Mhm.
really, really
It's-
weird.
That's why it's just
It's
important to be consistent no matter what. Just get it
I've
out on the
done-
same time.
I've invested like hours experience trying to like research the algorithm for TikTok and YouTube Shorts, and like YouTube Shorts makes more sense, but like TikTok I've tried to make sense of it. It doesn't.
Probably because nobody really knows.
No one really knows,
It's
and
an
I don't think they
unknown.
disclose it.
It's an unknown entity that you have to basically get lucky with. That's about it.
The
Yep.
trending stuff does work. Like if you go and
Mhm.
you're doing Tears of the Kingdom content when Tears of the Kingdom came
Well-
out that first week, that worked.
That's the thing. One of the ones that recently popped off that got me that's so close to 1,000 followers was a Tears of the Kingdom video,
Yeah.
and it was basically just me splicing a soundbite with the clip, and that's why it basically popped off because the Devil May Cry community decided to say hi.
And that's what makes me sad though, because like I posted a TikTok during peak Tears of the Kingdom content was on TikTok,
Mhm.
and it was the Karak rotisserie one, and that actually
Oh yeah.
has the lowest views out of all my TikToks, and I'm just like, I don't understand your fucking program.
The thing is,
I
with
don't
the
get it.
building stuff is that I think it's so oversaturated now that might have been the reason why it didn't
Yeah,
do as
this-
well.
Yeah,
that might have
maybe.
been why.
The other stuff I
Yeah.
think that I've noticed this too. The other stuff that seems to help the algorithm or the algorithm in your favor is if you make videos that are spliceable. So like if someone
Yeah.
can do the splicing video. There's Josh right there. Hey Josh. We're all waving.
Wave.
Hi.
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 Hi Josh.
He's so tall you can't see his head.
I love it.
I've been there.
Yeah. But if you make content that's spliceable, that'll work too. It's like because then people splice it and then it gains traction and all that kind of stuff. It's a hard one.
Yeah.
It's a hard
It's
one to
an
figure out.
interesting one. Yeah.
It
Other than
sucks
that,
too.
this-
It's stressful, dude. And then you have ding dongs like Elon out there just flipping shit upside down, like
Literally
ruining
whipping
everybody.
his, like X marks the spot, out and everything. Just like,
Yeah.
Never mind. He changed Twitter to X out of the middle of nowhere. Never mind all the big corporations that have their Twitter logo and everything like printed on their packaging and all this stuff, right? Forget Lay's that has their Twitter logo on the thing.
I haven't. I uninstalled Twitter from my phone because I couldn't. It's
That's
not.
fair.
It has nothing to do with like Elon Musk or whatsoever. It's just like everyone just got so angry about everything that
Yeah.
was going on. I was just like, that's all my feed was, and so I was like, all right, I'm out. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah,
It's like-
fun.
So I was like, I'm done.
They used to.
Yeah.
But I will say this though, with
Ooh.
Elon's weird fascination with the letter X,
Oh, yeah.
he's clearly not over his ex-wife.
Oh.
saying.
Oh.
Dun-dun.
Poor Elon.
Hold on, I got it.
Oh my God, he's got something.
I got it.
He's cooking. There it is. He cooking.
Yeah. Everis, what have you been up to over the break here?
This is the summer of concerts. So
Oh.
we
Yes.
actually went to. We have had so many, like really awesome bands come into buttfuck nowhere, Spokane, Washington,
I didn't know it was a city.
to perform,
was
which
on
is
the
really
tour.
cool. It's Eastern Washington. It's like on the border of like Coeur d'Alene. People know Coeur d'Alene, right? Coeur d'Alene,
Yeah.
Idaho. It's
I don't
about
have
an
no
hour
idea.
from there.
I'll just say I'll nod and I'll smile.
It's
I'll just
northern
nod.
Idaho, Dill. Dill, it's northern Idaho.
I don't know what that is.
It's buttfuck nowhere.
Potatoes, boil and mash them, stick them in a stew. Idaho.
Is it
Anyway,
Irish?
Okay.
No.
Are you
But
sure?
we're Eastern Washington. Eastern Washington.
Okay, sure.
And for some reason, everyone's decided to come to here, which is great, which is awesome. We don't have to go very far. We don't have to go to Seattle or anything. But what is it? Last weekend? Yeah, last weekend we went to see Incubus.
Hey.
Which was
I haven't
really
heard of
great.
them in a long time.
It was really great. It was awesome. And then Thursday we went to see Three Doors Down, which was even better.
My
and then-
bands of my youth.
Yep. And then we're gonna see Foo Fighters this Friday.
Oh,
Nice.
nice. That's
Foo
really
Fighters
Yeah.
is a good one.
Yeah, the
I've seen
first.
them.
So
the first tour back.
excited. Yep, and Candlebox. So it's been really awesome. Really awesome, fun musical summer.
That's like awesome. Have you guys seen like some of the Taylor Swift like concert videos that are like
Oh
floating
my
around on the internet?
god. There's that story about them literally creating a little
Yeah.
shockwave so freaking hard it was like a mini earthquake.
Yes, it registered on the earthquake.
Oh my
you know,
god, yeah.
The seismograph or whatever, and then like,
Yes,
but
seismograph.
I think it
The
was
Tay Tay
San
fans be
Francisco.
crazy.
I think it was San Francisco because San Francisco AT&T Park is like it's set up in the city to where it's how do I word this? Like for example, Dodger Stadium, you have to go up like a hillside and stuff to get to Dodger Stadium. It sits above,
hmm
it sits above just outside of LA, downtown LA. Whereas AT&T Park kind of sits in the middle of the San Francisco city. Like it
They
sits
say
in the
that. Yeah, they say that. Oh, cat.
yeah.
Cat where?
He didn't.
cat.
Hi, cat.
He went out of the thing, but he didn't fall. He just took
What's the
the bag
thing?
with him.
Oh, it's in the bag. Is it in the bag of shame?
Yeah.
Not really. It's just a bag that we have sitting up on the little cat tree over here that they just kind of chill and sleep in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we figured it's kind of tall. They don't feel comfortable sleeping up there. I feel like they're gonna fall.
Right.
So we put the little bag up there for fun, and they love it because the window is right here. They could just like be in here and then look out here.
Okay.
And then I guess he tried to get out of it, and then it came with him.
Oh.
It's funny.
Yeah, AT&T Park sits like in the city of San Francisco. Like it's on a corner, if I remember right. It's like at an intersection. You can walk up to it. All this stuff, right? So what happened, like in San Francisco, people are like they're. I don't even know if it was at AT&T Park. It may have been at the football stadium. I'm not sure. But anyway, the stadium's located in a situation where people are able to walk up and watch and listen and stuff from the outside of the venue. So
Wow.
literally, like people are lying, like, you know, several hundred feet back, just listening to this concert from outside the venue. And it's like a sea of people just surrounding the venue. And then every seat in the venue is just full for Taylor Swift. And I say what you will about Taylor Swift. I don't know how you feel about her music or, you know, or whatever, but I have immense respect for an artist that's able to pull that off, because there's very few artists in the world that can do what she's doing right now, to where she is literally just bringing all these people to one place and just putting on this show. She's a superstar. She is literally a superstar of music, you know, with what she's doing in these things. And, you know, tickets were going for thousands of dollars and all that stuff, second market and everything. And like, it's crazy. I'm amazed at what she's doing in terms of like these videos and what she's able to pull off. She set off the seismograph and created a small earthquake.
Good.
You know, like
They
good for her.
said that football games can produce a similar effect as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's just the traction she is bringing to these stadiums. It's like Super Bowl level, you know, foot traffic to these stadiums. It's insane. Congrats to Taylor Swift. But yeah, Foo Fighters is it's the first tour back since the unfortunate passing of Taylor. They got Josh Freese, who's like a drummer for hire in the business. Like all these bands have used Josh Freese, so they got a good guy in there filling in. But
I'm so excited. I'm pretty excited.
Dave Grohl's one of those ones I hope to just meet at an Amoeba Records something someday. Like I hope there's a handful of dudes I would just love to see at a record store or something someday.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't go out of my way to go like to a signing or whatever, but if I saw them like in a normal place
Just
of
like
business,
casually bump into him, just like, oh hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I would, because in LA you see them at restaurants and stuff like that. I've never like bothered a celebrity while they're at a restaurant or eating or anything like that. Like it's not, if they're sitting there waiting, like standing, you know, in the pickup line or whatever waiting, we've said hi before, but like I've never like bugged a person while they're eating. That's just rude to me.
Do you see many people of note
of nobility?
I've seen it to where I've never seen like I haven't seen like a Rock or anything like that, you know, in LA.
Rock.
We did see me and my cousin were in a restaurant picking up food one time, and we saw him in the pickup line. He's like a famous soccer player. I think it's Kobe Jones, I think is who it was. Like a famous soccer player for the Galaxy. We saw him, and he was just chilling, grabbing food. The biggest person of notoriety that Pow and I saw, where, you know, they were closing off aisles and stuff like that, we saw Post Malone. He was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
In fact, where Pow and I go to get comic books and stuff, it's like a swap meet, and he went there, and he's like, apparently he's got a thing for Magic cards.
Oh,
so he's like buying like rare Magic cards and stuff, and every aisle, they were like closing off every aisle he would go down, so he could shop in peace.
Pow.
He smells
apparently
nice.
He smells nice.
Yeah, he smells nice.
You know?
Apparently, I didn't smell him, but
that?
he, you know, he was very nice though. Like he was signing all these autographs and stuff, and really taking the time to, and you know, acknowledge people there. His posse thing is wild. There's a dude in his posse that was just following him around with a cooler of
we
beer.
got a cat now.
So like this dude's job in the posse is just to carry a cooler of beer, Bud Lights, and like. He was going to all these booths, and he would offer the cat. What pretty eyes that cat has. He was so like his posse guy had a cooler of beer, and like he would go to the Magic, like a card booth, right? And he'd be like, "Hey, I want to, you know, let me see what you got or whatever." And he's like, "Here, you want a beer?" And he was like offering the vendors beers while they were
Nice.
talking business. Like it was a real laid back thing to do, I guess. You
I
know?
heard that Post Malone's a pretty nice guy. He's pretty chill.
From what I hear, he's a very nice guy. Yeah.
He just doesn't like to be interviewed. Apparently, like he'll deny
That's
most
fair.
interviews.
Well,
Most don't,
Yeah,
I
I
watched
can
him.
understand that because like some interviews will probably like ask like the tough questions or
Yeah.
just kind of pry about certain things where it's like, are you gonna let this go? So like I get it.
Yeah.
What's actually interesting is like you guys are mentioning celebrities, so I didn't really get to meet, like I can't really remember anyone that I've ran past, but my mother, when she was working for the for a video broadcasting company, there were two major clients that she got to talk to. She got to talk a lot with Deadmau5.
Oh, that's cool.
And she also had Chris Angel and his
Ooh.
brother wish her happy birthday over the phone.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
My roommate was is an actor, and at the time when I was living there, he was an actor, and he had, he had associations with like a bunch of people that are like uber famous now. Like he knew Chris Pratt. Like he's like, yeah, if I call Chris
Oh
Pratt,
yeah,
he
I
might-
remember that.
Yeah, he's like, if
He
I call,
knows Mario. Oh my god.
yeah, he was like, if I call Chris Pratt, there's a good chance he'll answer my phone call, and stuff like that. And then I forgot who else he said he knew that was like of big notoriety. I think he said he knew Amy Schumer or something like that, like, and worked with her and stuff in like the early days and things like. It's an interesting circle. They were talking about like him and one of his buddies. They both dated like the same girl that was on that show Roseanne. And they're like, it's like at different times. I'm like, okay, what a circle, But
Mhm.
Big, yeah, but big world, but yet so small at the same time.
it's like
Yeah.
the streamer world. If you think about it, like the actor world really is kind of like the streamer world and the YouTube circle world. Like it's all small. Like people really like know people, and to an extent,
Yeah.
they all talk about the same stuff. Like, oh yeah, I got this gig and I've got this gig lined up. Oh yeah, my agent's doing it. It's it's fucking boring.
Yeah.
It's not as exciting as people like make it out to be. Like the stuff they talk about is fairly like, some of the projects they're working on is interesting, but like a lot of the time it's just them talking about like their agents and like getting gigs and all that stuff. And I'm like, not much different. But
Maybe it depends on their like where they are. Like
yeah,
if they're at a party, maybe it's different or something. I don't know.
right. Yeah. This was just like my roommate would throw like dinners and Super Bowl parties and stuff like that at the apartment, and movie nights and things like that. What was interesting that he did though is like they treat the Oscars like the Super Bowl. They treat it like a fancy Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
I
So
see
like
that.
they'll go like get the charcuterie board thing or whatever, and they'll get like the wine and all this stuff, and they'll sit and watch the Oscars like in a fancy version of the Super Bowl. It's wild. And I was like, okay, they even had a little gambling pool going. Interesting
That's
stuff.
pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. Anything exciting happened to you, Zenith, over the break?
Well, it's actually been a very busy last couple of weeks.
Yeah, you got some stuff
I've been,
going on.
Yeah, like even before stream today, I was going through my closet and like just trying to put things in, like figuring out like what I need to throw out, figuring out what I need to put in like the living room, because right now like the living room is a mess. Like it's got like a whole bunch of like furniture, just things that we need to sort through, figure out what's going out, what's going to be put in storage, what's going with us. So I've been busy with that. I saw a friend that actually might so I might have a solution as far as like where I'm going to be living in September. But the more important thing that I want to talk about is, so my body has this weird thing where when you're supposed to be busy with something, my mind is going to be in. It's like when when I'm supposed to be doing something, my mind will go into maximum creativity mode, and it bothers me because like every single time I was in like busy with the project, or most busy with this when I was in college, that was when the most creative part of my brain was working, and where I had all these like game design ideas. But now I came up with so right now for people for in my stream, people can build me a randomizer, like like customizing it. There's the online store, all these options. But now I'm just like, what if people can help me build a Zelda themed D&D campaign?
Nice.
Ah.
So,
Nice.
and so I got to work on it. I have RPG Maker. It's like I can make my own maps. I can design all this stuff. I have like 20 years of experience with this shit. Oh my gosh. I have like all these story ideas. I have a pretty good, I like to think I'm a pretty good storyteller. So I've already like developed like a whole bunch of like story stuff, and I can not only just do Zelda theme, but I want to do like Fire Emblem theme. I want to do fantasy theme, Lord of the Rings themed eventually. So, and I know exactly how I'm going to be able to do it, and I got to do things where I can invite people on to join it. Well, first of all, chat can help build the campaign by adding by redeeming like certain elements, but they can also participate in it. So like I'll have how your stereotypical like D&D campaign, you'll have like say like 4 or 5 specific guests, and they're
Mm-hmm.
hammer out a call, they role play, and that is fun, but not everyone understands D&D. Not everyone
Right.
is comfortable feeling role playing. So like that is like, it's great fun, but it's still for kind of like a specific kind of niche. So I was like, okay, so how can I simplify this? How can I make this friendly for people that have social anxiety, people that are not comfortable being on call? And then I got to work, and I think I may have and came up with my secret sauce
Ooh.
Okay.
where
okay.
people and Jack can be involved. I can bring people in. Like it doesn't have to be like for a full campaign. Like I can like periodically like bring people in, drop people out, so that way I can maximize viewer interactivity, because a lot of like D&D campaigns are so like you have your 6 people, you have the DM, the 5
It
other
requires
players.
a high level of commitment.
Yes, a high level of commitment, and a lot of times they can't really interact much with the chat without breaking character. So like if you're a viewer in chat, like it's one of those things where you put on in the background and you just watch. But I want to break that mold. I want to find a way to try and like encourage like that interactivity between the current players and the people in chat. So I've been doing a lot of brainstorming for that. It's going to take me some time, but it's also surprisingly not going to take much time to develop this, because I have everything I need. I know how to do it and how to do it in just a short amount of time possible.
When's the
So-
time
Yes.
frame? Because I'm interested in this already. Like I like the
Yeah.
idea and the thought of this thing. What's the time frame do you think you got?
If I'm all settled within like the first 2 weeks, you can probably expect, because I owe people a D&D campaign. I might have this ready for like to give this like a test run like late October.
Okay, so we're
Okay.
looking at the fall. Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome, dude. I like it.
Thank you.
I like it. It sounds very fresh, rather than just sitting
you.
and watching a D&D campaign that's on Twitch. Sounds very
No.
sounds very fresh. I'm gonna check this out. Okay, we're looking at this in the fall. Show us what you got, my dude. You are a good storyteller. You are witty, and you do have this level of creativity that is very, how do I put this, extensive. So I think you could do some good.
Thank you. And you guys are all welcome to participate.
Hell yeah! What kind of character am I gonna be?
Yay.
I want to be the Kurok that gets roasted.
Well, I did do. So actually, I've been like giving people like little bits of tidbits of information. Like I came up with my own Zelda themed classes, and I basically had all the information of like what kind of abilities they have, what are the restrictions with movement. I came up with like items you can use, like hook shot, bow, fire rod, spells, and like how like maneuvering like the board and the maps go. Like for example, your Zors are the ones that go into the water and can leave, and then you have like your flying units. So I came up with all that stuff, and there's still more that I can add. So
Hey, you have this. Are you gonna document this anywhere? Like,
oh yeah, just not somewhere that someone's just gonna steal it.
oh, you might need to talk to a property lawyer, an IP lawyer. But
Yeah. But it's also kind of weird because the thing that I don't understand that I might need to talk to someone about is because like when you go and see a lot of like D&D campaigns, whether it be on Twitch or
Right.
YouTube, is a lot of them, do you really find them do themed D&D campaigns that are off of like a specific IP? Is we're talking about Zelda, Nintendo here.
right,
Like, how would I be able to do this without it seeing like I'm infringing on their rights? And what can I
Ooh,
do
good
within
question.
like what's legal means?
Yeah.
that's really
Nintendo,
really hard
they like to
because
sue.
anything identifiable for that universe, they would have a trademark on. Like so, like Hyrule, Triforce, anything identifiable with that property, they would have it like late. They would have it locked down. I don't know, dude. You'd
Yeah,
have to
like,
like
it's
talk
not like
to
a-
someone.
They've somehow made like Lord of the Rings RPGs possible, so
Yeah,
it's not
Yeah.
impossible.
So, like, I think like it's not like I'm developing my own board game. If I was, then would be in trouble because
Yeah.
you would need Nintendo's
likeness,
Consent
rights,
for
and all
that.
that stuff. Yeah,
I think as long as you're not selling it, you're fine.
right. Because
Yeah.
people cosplay Link all the time. People cosplay Zelda all the time. They're not selling a product.
heck, people sell kind of like Zelda inspired merch and like
Yeah.
I mean like there's still like a bit of that's a very gray area of what you can get away with, but like people
Right.
still do it. The only thing that you can't do is just outright take their property and sell it under your own name. So
Right.
the only thing like I would be pretty much like marketing is like, hey, support the stream and you get more like say in the campaign and stuff like that. So
I think
That's
you're
about it.
fine.
Yeah.
okay.
If
I
one of
wouldn't
the
worry about
if
it.
one of the copyright lawyers ever comes to the office, I'll poke his head.
Yeah.
I'll poke his head and see what he says. But that would
so-
be California, or that would be U.S. law. I don't know about Canada,
Yeah.
Canadian law.
Canadian law.
Yeah, Morgan also makes a very good point that I need to like contact my friends that are DMs, but I should also really talk to my good buddy. His name is Conda Fiction, and he does what is it? So he actually is on like one of the biggest D&D podcasts out there. It's called Just Roll With It, and it's with like some like major. I'm talking about like multi-million-dollar like YouTube subscribers, and thankfully like. He is, I'm still like in good contact with him, so like maybe he would know, because I'm assuming that like if you are on like one of those like bigger D&D sites, you probably would know what certain things you can and can't do.
Yeah,
So
it's a tough one. You'll figure it out. It's a
Yeah,
tough one.
I
Though.
will.
Yeah, it's like there's like so much gray area involved in that whole thing, but yeah, I don't think you would. You would have to be almost blatant for it to be illegal. Like
yeah, like it's not like I'll be using official Zelda graphics. I kind of be
Yeah.
like making my own.
But cool concept, dude.
Thank you.
Cool concept. All right. Video games. Everyone good to talk about video games? Do we need to take a break here at the mark here?
Video games.
Video
Who plays
games.
video games?
You played that one.
All right. If we're calling for if you need a break, let me know now. Calling it in 3, 2, 1. All right, video games. I was waiting for the 10-minute window, Everis, like you said. The 10-minute
No, I already.
window.
I know. I took it already. Remember?
All right, good.
Like
Mhm.
when Dill's power outage.
That
Yeah.
was my window.
I took my window of opportunity there.
Yeah. All right. Video games. All right, Dill has got a lot going on here. You finished that Assassin's Creed, huh? You finally
Yes.
powered through it.
After after
And
over a
DLC?
year. And DLC.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh. Well, the DLC that I cared about, honestly.
I think were you just over it? You look like you have this look on your face.
I
like,
was
I'm just
over it.
I'm
I was
just
very
over it.
much over it. The thing that was weird about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it didn't just have one ending, it had 4.
Oh, And it's an
Yeah.
80-hour
for
game.
for possibilities or
No, 4 endings in total.
Oh, weird.
So
yeah.
with these endings, would you have to like say because you know
So-
like how in certain games where you're near the end
Yes.
and you have the option of okay, I get this one ending, then all I got to do
Yeah.
once I'm done that, reload my save, and then
Yeah,
go get the other
that
ending.
thing.
No, this is like one save file, and you do different things in order to get these different endings.
So you have to do 4 entirely different playthroughs.
No,
No, thank God.
4 separate missions that require that have 4 separate endings that lead to the end of the actual game.
Oh, is it kind of like I think Fallout 4 did it, right? Like where if you go
Yeah.
one side, you have to do the other one, and then you go the other side, you get a different ending.
Kind of. There was the main ending, there was the Order ending, there was the Asgard ending, and there was the secret ending that you unlock, which I didn't bother with.
Well, now you have to do that.
Yeah.
Or you can
No,
go on
don't.
YouTube because
No,
sometimes it's like
because,
fuck it, I
like,
don't care.
The final DLC they released was officially the ending. Like, it was the end of Eivor's journey. And you see what she does and what happens to her, basically. And that was satisfying to me. And I was like, I'm done there.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of my playthrough of Fire Emblem Three Houses, which I'm actually been very interested in playing again because so if you guys don't know Three Houses, you like the first half of the game, you're basically in a school, you teach your students, you go on missions, blah blah blah. But at the very beginning, you get to pick which house you're in. And the thing is, the story is roughly the same depending, regardless of what house you go in. But like halfway through, if you pick one of the houses, you get a very crucial choice of who to side with. So there's technically 4 endings for the game, but the problem is to get through to experience all 4
playthroughs?
endings, you have to play through like essentially the first half of the game, except with different characters. And
So you gotta do 4 playthroughs, basically.
yeah, and after like the second playthrough, I was just like, I'm just gonna YouTube this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
had
did
that feeling.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I do is play story games, and some of these have so many different outcomes and possibilities, and it's like especially things like Mass Effect. You know, like
yeah.
who you can romance or whatever, and you're missing out on like 6 potential, romances or
yes.
whatever. And you're like, well, what if I want to, massage? What if
Massage,
I
you
wanna,
say?
Whoa.
What if I want to romance
Didn't know
like
that was an option.
Garrus and Tally or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, how do I, YouTube? You got to YouTube.
Gotta massage them all.
We ain't got
Pokemon.
time to play 60-hour games 4 times, you know?
I'm sure Garrus would
I
love your
know.
massage.
We would. And then we can dance later. It'll be fun.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I need to still get the last, like, 4 endings of Elden Ring, technically, because it's like 4 of the 6
I haven't even gotten
endings
one
to Elden
ending.
Ring. I got 2
Yeah.
so far.
On what? On what?
Elden
One
Ring.
ending on what? Oh,
There's 6 endings in total.
Yeah. Well,
And
the
I've
thing
done
with
2.
Elden Ring is one of those games where, except for like maybe 1 or 2 of the endings, like you can just reload your last save and then just decide at the very end.
True, you
What you
could,
need to
because you
do.
can collect, like... That you can do that with, like, 4 endings, basically, with like, 4 different endings.
Yeah.
But the other 2 require certain things in order to, like, accomplish them.
See, the multi-ending stuff doesn't give me anxiety. The ones that do give me anxiety are you make a choice and you're getting one or the other ending. It's
Yeah.
when it's down to 2 endings that I get anxiety.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
but not multiple?
no, because if you have like multiples, one of them's the canon ending, and then the other 3 are like kind of like supplementary for the most part.
Alternative.
But like, yeah, alternative. But what's it called? Did this? Life is Strange did this, where it's like you pick one option or the other, and you got a 50 shot to
they're
get
both
in the canon.
horrible. They're both
Don't you get
horrible.
different endings in Breath of the Wild depending on how many shrines you get?
No.
No,
I heard that. I heard that if you got like at least a certain amount of shrines, you got a different ending.
it's been a
No.
minute for me, but I don't know. Maybe
in
It's
Breath
not
of the
Tears of the Kingdom. It's Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. In Breath of the Wild, if you collect all the shrines, the only thing that happens is you get access to a certain outfit.
Yeah,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah.
You get one of the 2 next.
That's it. So there aren't the only thing that does kind of unlock is in Breath of the Wild, if you do all the memories, then you'll unlock like a little bonus scene at the end of Breath of the Wild. But I mean, it's just like a little thing. It's not nothing major, but it's there.
Uh-huh.
I want
So
to
it's
hear.
like a little bit of extra context.
Oh, there's 2 endings.
Okay, really?
Breath of the Wild has 2 endings. Yep. And the difference between them is you get a different ending if you did not get all. So the true ending is if you get all of the little forgotten memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The memories.
Then you get one ending. If you do not, you get a different one.
Okay.
Okay.
It's negligible though. It's like
I
a
see.
small, it's not like
It's a
a,
very small thing.
Yeah.
it's not a
Okay.
huge,
Yeah.
Like I hardly even noticed it was different. That's how minuscule it was.
Yeah.
All
All
right. What about the multiple
Anyway.
endings in? What about the multiple endings in Detective Pikachu, Dill?
I actually don't know about that. I'm currently on chapter 8 for that
out
game
of
now.
how many?
Yeah. how
I
many
think
chapters is it?
12 or 13
Oh, you're almost
in
there.
total. So I'm like 3/4 of the way there basically. It's getting interesting because the whole story basically is like you're trying to find what happened to your father. And the more I go through it, the more you discover like this weird little chemical thing that's causing Pokemon to go berserk that people are like making and selling to bad people and everything like that. Currently, I'm on the cruise ship right now where I'm trying to find these bad people and everything. So that's quite cool.
Spoiler: your father is Darth Vader.
Imagine that'd be insane.
James Earl Jones did the voiceover just for
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu.
I mean, to be
Yeah.
fair,
Spoiler:
if it-
there's a Pikachu that lives under a hat, and its name is Ratatouille, and it
Yeah.
makes you cook.
Yeah, imagine. To be fair though, has any of you ever looked up the voice for Detective Pikachu in the game?
Yeah,
No.
we didn't we too. Did we
Yeah.
like a few weeks ago?
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about this where I was like, why
Yeah.
is he so manly? Why is he on like
Yeah.
testosterone?
Yes.
Yes, it's brilliant. I love it so much, and I'm like, yes.
So
I do
weird.
like
I
it.
was like,
This
so
is-
I'm like, I can't play this game now. Like, listen to his voice.
I'm loving it, and like there's these little moments as well. Like on the 3DS, there's little moments where like the Pikachu icon will like light up, and you can press it, and there's these little like interactions that Detective Pikachu has with like Pokemon, with objects,
Can you
some
pet him?
interesting dialogue. You can't. I don't know if you can pet him. I haven't tested that out yet.
Which game
it's-
has it to where like you can like? Oh, it was the Let's Go Eevee and the Let's Go Pikachu. Remember, you
Yeah,
could like
that
stroke
one.
the switch or whatever, and it would pet them.
Well, they had that, and they had it in I think X and Y as well, and
Okay.
some Moon Ultra Ultraman where you could actually like interact with your Pokemon and make them happy by doing that as well.
Remy is the rat in Ratatouille. Just to enlighten the chat
Yes.
there. I love that movie,
Yes.
by the way. That's one of my favorite Pixar
Yes.
movies.
But yeah, I'm hoping to see if I can finish it, Detective Pikachu, maybe in the next week or two. I don't know, and we'll see like what my overall opinion is, and if I will get the sequel, because the sequel is coming out in November. So
Oh, that's right. The Switch sequel's coming. I've got so much catch up to do. Like I'm trying to catch up on a bunch of stuff.
Same.
Before we get to was it October? Is it no September? Skyrim, right? Not Skyrim. Sorry, Starfield.
Starfield, September. Spider-Man, October, and so same for Mario.
Skyrim
as well.
20th edition.
Yeah.
Skyrim 20th edition, probably in November.
Starfield.
Yeah.
Starfield. I don't
It's
know,
September,
Everest.
yeah.
Everest. I hear you're jumping into some Pikmin 4.
We need to bring that back again.
Dun dun dun.
It just brought back because it was in the chat. Someone in the chat was like,
I
here to represent.
know, and
on
I am
Game
mad
of
at
the
them
Year?
for it.
I'm here to represent the Pikmin community.
The Pikmin community is here to say, Everest, you must play Pikmin 1 to 4 now.
Now it's a
is-
meme, and now everyone's gonna want me to play Pikmin.
I loved
and
it.
they're
That
not-
was, I was when I edited that
need
episode. That
to.
was one of the funniest like segments I think we had in an episode.
The Pikmin will come for you.
We just like made it out of the whole thing. But
Some
How
people
about,
play Pikmin, some people pick a fight.
Good lord.
Some will be picking everything.
all right, how about Battle Network? What do we got on the Battle Network too? That's on the 2-pack,
Yeah,
right?
so So on my backlog, the two big games that I had to finish that I had on my backlog for over a year was like Emerald Kaizo and Valhalla. So those are now finished, and now the next one I'm working on is Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. I've done the first game. The first game took me about 12 hours to beat. I'm currently on the second game. Now it's a little bit different style wise. There's a few little like changes here and there. There's new battle chips, which is the thing that you use in order to like attack enemies basically with.
Are they improvements? Like, are the stuff you're seeing in the second? Because those games were several years apart, I think, when they were out on the Game Boy. So like their performance improvements and stuff.
Yeah, performance improvements. New like areas, new soundtrack. There were some areas not accessible within the first game compared to the second game, but there are some new areas that you go to. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, currently I'm just working on getting Mega Man, the characters, like HP and power up so I can literally overpower everything and then like blitz through the game. That's my focus right now.
If I remember right, yeah, the Battle Network stuff is like tile-based games, right? Like you position them on tiles or whatever.
So it's like basically like you like move around the tiles in order to dodge enemy attacks. You have to fire at the enemies with the Mega Buster, which is your standard weapon. And then you can select battle chips that you can implement in, and then use them also to either like attack, to steal the enemy's area, to destroy the enemy's area, to heal, to unload like mini boss attacks as well, which can like do massive damage whilst also like doing something to the environment. It's pretty cool. It's a childhood like games that I'm playing here, so
yeah, that's that was like one of your that's like your nostalgia trip right now, right?
Yeah, literally. I mean, when they announced the Legacy Collection, I was just like, I am immediately buying.
Do you take
this.
your Switch out on like the go? Like, do you take it with you when you're walking?
Oh, I'm playing these on PC.
The Battle Network stuff?
Yeah, on PC.
I thought it was on. I thought you bought it on the Switch.
It is on Switch, but it's also on PC, and I'm playing it on PC.
Oh, that's right. They did release it on the PC. Okay.
They released it on like PC, PlayStation. I'm not sure about Xbox, but the Switch and the Switch.
Okay, I got you. I forgot. I thought it was just a Nintendo Switch only release. That's my bad.
It would feel like it, though. I think it would play well on the Switch because of the way it's like set up and everything.
Sounds like
it's
a perfect game for a Steam Deck.
Yeah, there's certain games that just like where you kind of like want it on a Nintendo console from when it was originally launched, just out of principle.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so for some strange odd reason, I thought that was like a Switch only release, but
no, I was surprised too. I thought it was going to be like a Switch only release as well, considering it was on the Game Boy originally. But no, they brought it to like multiple platforms.
Nice. Okay, that is Mega Man Battle Network. You apparently get that on Nintendo, Steam. I'm gonna guess it's on Sony and Xbox as well. Then, if it's on all those platforms,
Xbox is the only one that I don't know. I think Xbox might be the one that they skipped.
Okay, so not necessarily on it, but you can get it on Nintendo Switch, you can get it on Steam, and we're under the assumption you can get it on PlayStation here. Detective Pikachu is on the 3DS only. It's only available physically now since the eStore is now shut down. And then Assassin's Creed Valhalla you can get on all those major platforms. That one should be at sale prices right now, I think. I think you can get that one
probably
$20-$30.
Will be, yeah.
So,
I got the gold edition of it for like Christmas, like back in 2020. So it took me like 2 years to actually start playing it, and then it just took me over a year to finally finish it.
Nice. All right, Zenith, I want to hear about your first playthrough of Skyrim because, truth be told, I've never done a full playthrough of Skyrim. I've never finished it.
I have.
And the 20 years that game's been around.
Okay. So the only time that I've experienced Skyrim was when it first launched. I had a copy. Well, actually, I borrowed my dad's copy, and my dad has like probably like 10,000 hours in the game, or just something absurd, because he would play like every day. So I only played for like about maybe like the first 2-3 hours, so it wasn't very long. So I decided, you know what, I need to come back to this. And I think it would be nice to, kind of play on stream and, check it out, see what it's like. But I'm playing on crowd control. So the moment that I get comfortable was like, oh, I'm in a nice little town. All of a sudden, people are spawning like fucking bears everywhere. You get so like the very first town you get to is
Spawning
called
bears.
Whiterun.
Yeah.
You go to visit the Jarl, and I go inside and say, all right, hi guys, I'm finally here. I'm the Dragonborn. Someone yeets me up into the air. I hit
Nice.
one of the rafters and I fall and die
Nice.
within like the first 10 seconds of me entering.
Good.
I'm like,
Crowd
that's the
control
proper
Skyrim
play.
is a freaking good time.
I bet
It's
it is.
so much freaking fun.
yeah. And so what's actually kind of great about it is so I play this using like the crowd control 1.0 because I wanted people to use their old coins, because if you guys didn't know, there was a crowd control 2.0 beta where so one of the biggest updates with crowd control is they have is coins that you buy from crowd control can be used universally. So say you buy 2,000, use about 1,000 in my chat, and then you go to Everis's channel, and if Everis is playing crowd control, then you can go and torture her. And
So they're cross stream currency.
Nice.
yeah, and the money that you make actually depends on like what they put in, as opposed to whether or not they buy coins when visiting your channel.
So all I got to do too. So like technically, if I were to like set up crowd control here on the Good People channel, we would just like accept your coins, right? Like it's just a matter of which community coins or whatever you accept.
Yeah. So say let's pretend that Damie buys crowd control coins.
Uh huh.
And then she uses a little bit on me, and then she can come and destroy you in crowd control, whatever it is that you're doing.
Hey.
So
So it's
And
not
they're-
limited per stream, basically.
yeah. And they're also going to have it on. There's also going to be an extension, so which is something that didn't have. So they're now migrating everything. So if anyone had any issues with any of the two versions of crowd control, hopefully it should be fixed, because I think it launches like Monday. So it's been a lot of fun.
My question to you is,
Mhm.
the crowd control stuff withstanding, like your normal, the time you are doing a normal playthrough of it, does it still hold up to this day, or does it feel dated at this point?
It feels dated,
Okay.
but it doesn't matter. Like, you can really tell that you think Skyrim, oh my gosh, this is a big open world, but despite the fact that I keep being teleported everywhere to the opposite corners of the world, it's like, I have to walk all the fucking way back. How could you? The world doesn't
that's
feel as
right.
big. Yeah, the world doesn't feel as big as it is. And there's still some things that feels rather kind of where you can definitely sense the game's age. But it's still lots of fun. It's still an experience worth experiencing if you've never played the game. So, and I'm very, very much enjoying it, despite the fact that I am not enjoying it the way it's supposed to be enjoyed.
There's a lot of great mods out there too that can
Yeah,
enhance
Yeah.
the graphics and the playability and that kind of thing, and shaders or whatever. So if you're looking for a more higher graphic experience, that's available as well.
Yes, or if you watch the Donkey's video of
Oh my
Skyrim,
god.
you can play where dragons are Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh my.
Mhm.
Nice. I think it was Meg one time that did
Yes.
the
Oh yeah.
the
Yes,
Macho
she
Man
did.
mod, the
Nuts.
Macho Man mod.
Yeah.
Like the drag is just flying. Oh yeah. I was like, this game's amazing. This is
Yeah,
the
that was
best
a
game
fun
ever. You just like kill like somebody, the cream rises to the top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's like some amazing ones where I don't know if it's like an actual part of the game, but you can just suplex every single person you fight.
Oh, that's
And it's-
awesome.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
Everything is possible in that game.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, if you haven't done Skyrim yet, that is available on every platform imaginable. I'm
Everything.
sure you can get
Yeah.
it on your
Probably
smart
buy,
fridge.
you can
Probably-
play on
Get
your,
it on your
yes, on your
toaster.
tree.
You probably got it on your
on your
phone
Etch a
somewhere.
Sketch. Get it for
Yeah.
Etch a Sketch.
It's wild. I don't even know what the price for Skyrim 4 is now. I'd imagine it's in that $19.99 price point. But...
That I got it for like
Something.
$10.
Okay, there you go, $10. Yeah, it's
Was it on
$10.
sale for
Yeah, it was the
for
Steam sale.
Steam? So yeah.
It was the only game that I could have that was in my budget to get. I was like, but if
Fair
I'm going to
enough.
be doing this, it has to be crowd control, just so you guys can help make up the cost,
Yeah.
offset the costs.
You're just gonna sit there when you're an old man when everyone talks about their first Skyrim playthrough, and then you're gonna talk about when you're an old man. Yeah, a bunch of bears attacked me.
Yes, the bears came and then I got yeeted into the stratosphere. It was a good time.
Why are all these
Yes.
bears in this bar? It's like some random fucking bears in a bar.
Oh God, that one of my experiences was I was in a tavern and I was locked in there for 20 minutes because people keep spawning bandits, these
yeah.
group motherfuckers.
And
And like, guys, I'm dying. I can't leave. I'm
did
getting
that.
like 5 million levels, but let me leave.
Apparently,
be
you
the-
can spawn in horses in like caves and stuff, which
I was riding
normally you
a-
wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, I rode a horse through like the very first main mission cave. Yeah. And also a horse tried to kill me because whoops, I thought it was an enemy.
Oh,
Nice. And then
So, yeah.
you got the Super Mario RPG randomizer going.
Oh. So I talked about how excited I am for the Mario RPG remake
Same
that's
here,
coming
same
out.
here.
But but a lot of people are saying it's like you haven't tried the randomizer for it. It's really, really good. It's like okay, I'll get this a shot. And sure enough, it was a lot of fun. It's got a lot of like it's open ended. All you have to do is go around the world and kill random. So it like haven't you guys ever played Super Mario RPG?
I want to know in
Nope.
this randomizer, I want to know where the Power Rangers came in, if they've come in yet.
Don't worry, you'll find out. But so you go to the like where you would usually fight boss battles,
Yeah.
and any one of the random boss battles will have one of the power stars, which is the item that you need to say you need to like you need 7 of them. You need 7 power stars to beat the game, well, to go fight the main boss and proceed. So it can be open ended where you can visit any level, but the problem is if you're only like level 1, then you're easily going to get mopped off the floor if you visit like a later level or like a later area. But they had it where you can where it makes you control like a random character. You can change what items they can use. You can make Bowser wear a dress for whatever fucking reason. Like there's a lot of really fun settings, and I got so excited from playing it that I decided that I actually am now going to be adding it to the store. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
was fun. Lots of fun.
Super Mario RPG randomizer. Okay. We're gonna get to Final Fantasy in a moment here because it looks like we got 2 different Final Fantasies on the list. But Everis, I want you to talk about Dave the Diver because I am curious about Dave the Diver. Everyone's
Have you
talking
heard
about
of
I
it?
hear
Uh,
so
people are
much about
talking
this
about it.
game.
yeah.
Have you heard about it?
Yeah,
Like,
people are
what
talking
do you
about
know?
it. I
What
don't
do you
know
know?
much.
I
just
see
heard
lots
about
of
it in
streamers
random.
playing it. That's all I know.
It's a fantastic indie title where you play as Dave, and
Dave.
you dive you dive into the ocean, and you hunt for fish, and then you sell that at the sushi restaurant. So you're basically producing the fish for the sushi restaurant to sell.
So
then you
it's
get
a
money. Then you
Fishing
upgrade.
sim.
You upgrade your tool. You upgrade your armor. Your
Armor?
diving gear. Your diving gear. How long you're able to stay underwater, and you progressively get deeper and deeper into the ocean, unlocking more and more story and whatnot. And it's a hecking blast. It's got like a Japanese vibe behind it. It's got a lot of humor. It's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. I've only played about a good 5 hours into the game, so it's not like I'm super deep and could tell you a whole lot, but it's definitely worth your time. Absolutely worth your time.
It's got a
Okay.
it looks like it's doing that 3D 2D look.
Yeah, 3D, 2D, like pixelated.
Yeah.
You know, old school but while being new at the same time vibe. It's great. It's really great.
Let's see. Dave the Diver is a casual single player. I'm sorry. I accidentally hit the play thing here. Dave the Diver is a casual single player adventure RPG featuring deep sea exploration and fishing during the day and sushi restaurant management. I'm already sold.
Yeah, it's so good.
It has seahorse racing.
There's a lot of references to classic video games, especially Japanese ones. I'm not going to spoil that for you. It's very clever. Very, very clever game. And it's one of those where it's like, oh, I'm just going to play one more day type thing, you know, like in Stardew Valley where it's like, oh, I'm just going to play one more day in Stardew Valley and then you know, 5 hours have passed or whatever.
This is how I got when Vampire Survivors like ended up on my Steam Deck. It's like, oh, I'll do one more run. I'm gonna do another run. I'm gonna do another run, and then eventually, you know, you've been up for an hour playing this game, past your bedtime. This looks really, really good.
It's good. It's well worth the hype. If you can tell on Steam, there's some thousands of extremely positive reviews, and it's worth it. $20 on Steam at the moment.
Is there anything quirky about it that you is there any negatives to it that you've come across so far, or is it all just been great? It's all been great experience, huh?
There's nothing really negative I have to say about it. It's just it helps to have somebody in the chat kind of know what's going on, and then it can direct you and be like, oh, that's why this is the way that it is, or this is, you know, oh, eventually you're going to get to this point or something like that. Because I found it's like, oh, this is there's parts where it's not 100% clear what exactly you need, or I don't know. It's hard to explain,
okay.
But there is a little bit of a learning curve in the sense that like, it's not necessary. It's not necessary that you need to know everything at once, but it's helpful to progress faster if it matters. Eventually you're going to figure it out, but it helps to have a little bit of a guiding touch.
Oh no, do I need another game in my life right now?
Yes, you do. It's fun. I like it. Yeah, exactly what chat says. It's not a huge con at all. I just found it to be helpful to answer like, oh, why is this because it's not like the tutorial is like super handholdy. You know,
Gotcha.
It's like,
which I don't like.
So,
I don't like where it's like, do this, and this.
No,
yeah.
it's very much learn as you go. And sometimes that's a good thing. And sometimes it's like, wait, hold on a second. What, you know, why do I need this? Or what, you know, how am I going to get, you know, to this point or whatever? And
let's see here. There is a Dave the Diver Deluxe Edition for $26 on
it's
Steam.
not necessary. Just buy the $20 version.
Yeah,
The 26 is just like music or something.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
Music soundtrack.
Which the soundtrack is very good as well.
Okay, Dave the Diver, $19.99 on Steam. Okay, it's going on the list. Wish list. I'll probably end up picking this up because everyone's talking about this. It's like the Vampire Survivors thing where everyone started talking about it. Steam Deck verified for those that are curious. Okay. Where is the wish list button? Did they like...
I'll probably be streaming it this weekend.
Okay.
Eric, because if you want to drop in and
I'll
check
probably
it out.
drop in and check this out a little bit before I dive in here. It has that retro like Super Nintendo era look to it. Just modernized. What a beautiful game.
Yeah, there's a few games that it reminds me of from like the late 2000s or early 2010s, like some of those like pixelated like indie games.
Yeah, this looks so good.
Yeah,
before I dive in, you see what we did there?
Yeah. Also, so while you guys were talking about that, I came across this video. So like, you know how we mentioned Twitter now being known as X?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Well, Elon Musk did a little thing to Twitter headquarters. And you guys need to see this video. I need to put it in chat. And it is the most obnoxious thing.
Oh no. We're going to take a second here and we're going to look at this.
Just now imagine if you were living in those apartments on the other side.
Oh no.
Oh.
What the fuck?
So
That is
if you
so
are
bad.
Oh my god, it is flashing as well. What the
So
fuck?
Yeah,
you're-
it can give them seizures.
if you're listening to this in the audio world right now, Elon Musk has put a big, gigantic, lighted up X on the top of the Twitter building that faces the apartment complex across the street, and it flickers, it lights up, it beams, and it makes all kinds of distraction.
That's insane.
He's how do I describe this man? Is so full of himself.
He's
He's a
absolutely
giant
deranged.
man-child
He's out of his
with
fucking
a lot
mind.
of money.
Yeah.
That's all he is.
What made you think of this? It's like, it was like ADHD bring like thought of it, or like?
He just does what he wants. That's literally all his entire
Oh, that's
life.
not what I mean. I
It's
meant,
like he's
how did
daring-
Zen come up with this? We went from Dave the Diver to giant X.
Zen was
X-strobe.
probably like curious
Sorry.
about something.
Yeah,
No,
just like
don't be sorry. It's just ADHD
Yeah.
at its best, you know.
Well,
Perhaps
that's we're
Dave-
masters of that here.
Yeah, you guys
Perhaps
were like
Dave knows.
yeah, you guys were like
Elon.
talking about it, and I was just like quickly checking like my Twitter notifications, and
There you go.
X notifications.
yes, my X notifications.
Yeah, the
And
X
then
is
I
coming
came
in here.
across, and that video was like one of the top ones. That was like at the top of my timeline. I'm just like, oh,
That's
my
worse
God.
than like Las Vegas signage, which
Yeah.
is very, very intense. But that's worse.
Yeah, that it is almost like he's daring every single person in that opposite building to sue the ever living fuck out of him.
I think it's this complex of like, I have money, sue me, see what happens type of thing. Because he does what he wants, like whenever he wants. Like he wanted to take down the Twitter sign, okay, but he did not get the permit for he didn't get the permits for the crane and stuff to do it. He just rolled this thing out on the street there and started taking down the sign. And the city's like, you can't do that, dude. He's like, what do you mean I can't do it? I'm doing it now, basically, was his answer. You know,
Funny how
like-
in that video also the crane is taking down the Twitter sign is still there.
yeah, like he hasn't removed it yet. And I don't know, dude. This guy, I think it's the more they put themselves out there to the world, you find out how more insane they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Insane or just like hungry for attention.
Both.
This is a good question. Like you bring up a good point. Like, is this actual insanity or is it just, hey, I want
Both.
attention?
It's just both. That's all it is.
You know, I mean, and I don't want to say, because people are obviously saying like, oh, he's an idiot. He's an idiot. I don't want to say he's not bright because, I mean, the man runs 4 companies, right?
He doesn't run 4 companies. He gets
Yeah.
people to run 4 companies for him.
Essentially,
Okay.
he is
The buck
the
stops with
most-
him, though. Okay,
Yeah.
the buck stops with him at the end, and that takes a level of competence to do, right? But
Sure.
it's just one of these things where it's like, this is common sense type of stuff. Like, oh, I'll put this big lighted up X across the street from this apartment complex. It can't possibly be an issue with that. You know, it's like a lack of thinking, or it's just, I don't care. DGAF attitude. Don't give a fuck attitude about it. Like,
It's probably
His
GGF.
thinking mixed with his extremely huge ego
yeah.
is that the only thing he thought of was himself.
Right.
Oh,
He
yeah.
didn't think any of any kind of like building regulations or street bylaws. He probably didn't even look at the floor plans. I actually just took a look at the floor plans of the houses on the other side of the street. There is no escape except for like maybe the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like they have to deal with that. All bedrooms must deal with that strobing light 24/7.
Well,
And there's also like
yeah.
he's just the biggest fucking rich asshole.
The
Yeah.
X thing just baffles me, where it's like you've taken a company that's had this branding and built this branding for, you know, what are we on, 15 years or something like that Twitter's been
Something
around?
like that.
You know, you've built this brand just to flip it around because of your ego and be like, oh, I want to call it X because X failed when we tried, or like I tried to name PayPal X and they didn't go for it. Like,
Oh, they
back
kicked
in
him
the
out.
day.
Yeah.
You know, like he has this obsession with the letter X, SpaceX, and you know, he named his daughter that weird fucking
XEU
Yeah.
12.
yeah,
That's also
Star
not
Wars
forget the
droid
fact-
name.
Let's not forget that the Tesla models are branded. There's the S, X, Y, and they can't have E, so they had 3 instead to spell it sexy.
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a thing, and I'm just like, whatever. This guy's, I don't know, dude. I don't know what to say about this guy. It's getting more wild by the day goes on. But anyway, something more wild is some Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Final Fantasy. Tell us about Final Fantasy
Yeah.
14 and 16
I don't know what.
to every detail.
Is it say 14? Like who?
I have
you
14.
Oh, you're playing it. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
he's
have.
playing
This is
14,
where we got
you'll play
confused.
16.
I have 14,
Okay.
and then you typed 14, and I was like, "Oh, Everis is doing it too. Cool. This is awesome."
I wish I had the time for it, but I don't.
Yeah, and then but we fixed it to 16. Okay, so we'll go on 2 different fronts here. We'll let Everis go with Final Fantasy 16 because that's more modern and more current. So I stopped 16 at this point. I am not playing it, so be mindful of any kind of like spoiler stuff you might have. But let us know how it's going.
It's really fun. I'm enjoying just like kind of. I've been telling stream like I haven't been streaming because I'm using my free time in the evenings to play 16 because it's just been nice to kick back and relax and play
Right.
and go through the story. And safe to say, I'm really enjoying it. So it's been fun to see which way the story twists and turns. It's really hard to say anything without spoiling anything. Other than it's great. I don't know. I earlier in my playthrough I had cheat mode on where you have a special piece of jewelry where it triggers when you're supposed to dodge something to make the game and combat
Right.
easier. I have recently removed that and I'm still having a great experience.
Okay, this is what I was curious about because one of the things I felt when I was playing is like it felt incredibly simple for like the combat felt incredibly simple. It was like hack slash combo up win the battle, right? And then like I had the auto dodge ring like attachment.
Okay,
things
that's
on and
why.
stuff. Yeah.
Once you take it off, it gets a lot more challenging, and then what you unlock eventually is called the hunt board. This is not a spoiler, where you can go out in the world and you come across certain harder boss-like enemies to fight, and then get materials for upgraded gear and whatnot. So, that raised the difficulty on the combat quite a bit. I have died several times fighting various enemies, and you really have to learn like combat patterns and whatnot.
Yeah,
So
'cause I figured at
it's-
some point. You would have to remove the auto dodge like ring thing because that you would have to remove that crutch to put a better, power up or
well, you're essentially trading off. I'm gonna cheese this fight for I'm gonna buff my character.
Yeah, and I figured that's what was going to happen because there's always got to be some kind of compromise to removing something. I want more powerful gear. Well, you got to get rid of the crutch, and
Right.
that makes sense. How's the story stuff? Like, is it?
How am I supposed to talk about this?
No, I mean just in general. Is it living up to everything?
Is
like
it
I
good?
said?
Is it bad?
Yeah.
Is it anything?
I really wish people wouldn't compare it to
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones because it's not Game of Thrones level. I can see why they're thinking of why it's Game of Thrones, but it's not the same depth as Game of Thrones was and is, I guess.
Yeah, I hear that it's inspired, but probably not on like as
But
deep.
don't think you're gonna play this game and get the Game of Thrones experience because Game of Thrones was next level.
Right.
You're like throughout the whole entire series, you're hating characters and then falling in love with them, and then loving characters and then hating them later, and it's just not the way that this game is. Yeah, you're loving the
Yeah.
characters and whatever.
Besides, like a lot of like tropes when it comes to these kinds of RPGs is it'll take like a character that you might dislike or hate at first, and then it'll find a way near the end to either sympathize or end up liking them
Right.
despite how violent they may be.
Yeah.
It always happens.
And this game is it's not the case. It's pretty straightforward who you're gonna like, who you're gonna hate. I think what what they're gonna do, and now you're trying to figure out how they're gonna get from point A to point B. That's what makes the story interesting for me.
Okay.
So yeah, and it's kind of cool that they're going and doing like flash, it's like, okay, here's what's going on in this area, then there's a cutscene of what's going on in this area, there's a cutscene going on in this area, and so on and so forth. It goes back and forth, just to kind of give you a broad spectrum of.
Have you got?
You're not the only one in this world. There's other stuff going on too.
How many of the icon things have you got yet?
4.
4? You got all 4 of them? Are there like?
No, there's gonna be like 6.
Oh, there's 6. Okay, so
6 or 7 or something.
When you launch off the icons, are like the cinematic things really epic, like they do when you do like Bahamut?
It gets better. It gets better every time.
Yeah, nice.
It gets better and harder every time.
Okay.
It's not like it's cheese the whole time. Like, because the first time you do it, you're just like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. Just dodge, spam, attack over and over and over. Boom, he's dead. No, it gets harder because then you have to start again. It's like this is when you remove the cheat jewelry, and then you have to really like figure out the timing of everything, and like you can't always just rush in and spam click. You gotta dodge, then you can go in and maybe get 2 hits, and then you have to dodge again. And so yeah, the combat gets more complicated. It's not so much complicated in the sense that you have to get your combos correct. It's more of a sense like, when do I have the opportunity to attack without getting hurt in the meantime? That's where the challenge is in the combat.
Okay, that's what I was getting worried about, because I was like, if this is the level of combat through this whole game, and I just level up and it maintains that same level of difficulty, I'm like, this is not going to work for me in terms of a Final Fantasy.
No, it gets harder. It gets harder, and it's been a lot of fun, especially to take that jewelry off and to kind of get a little more of a challenge out of it. It's challenging enough to where it's not pissing me off, but it's not easy enough to where it's a breeze.
Got you. Okay. This is actually relieving. Okay,
it's a good middle ground. I hope that helps.
Yeah, that relieves a lot, because I was starting to kind of get worried about it. I'm like, this doesn't seem very like challenging. I thought I was just playing a simple game to go through a nice big movie, Okay, good.
One question. Are you sick and tired of hearing Sikkim Torgal yet?
No. No, not really.
Okay.
It all kind of blends in the background for me.
Because I stopped watching a playthrough of it. It's like, oh my god, I'm hearing this voice line in my head, in my dreams, in my nightmares.
It might be because I have Torgal set to auto do what he's doing. Like, you have 2 options. You have 2 options where you can control what Torgal does, or you can have him just do his own thing. And if I assume if you control what Torgal does, then you get to hear that more often.
Is there any point so far you've come across where you separate from Torgal again, or is he?
He's always there.
He's companion the whole time. Okay.
He's always there. You swap your secondary partner, but you don't. Torgal's always there. And they kind of explain his background too eventually in the story, which is pretty neat.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, because I figured Torgal was a direct wolves reference in Game of Thrones. Like, I figured that was a direct inspirational type of thing, but so, I know I hyped up this game like immensely for you. Is it everything like I kind of like? Is it fitting the hype level, or?
No, I like it, and I think that it's a fun first Final Fantasy game to like delve into. So
you can try
it's great. I don't really have much to compare it to, so I'm not the best person to ask, but I'm really enjoying it for what it is.
What so you may have the answer to this question, or you may not yet, depending on how much more of this game you're going to go through. But like, obviously, like, you have Cloud. Cloud is the most famous Final Fantasy, character.
Yeah, of course.
Does Clive fit the same like level of character impact that Cloud does, or is Clive kind of just like a run of the mill?
I don't know if I know Cloud enough to make that comparison.
Fair enough.
I like Clive a lot. He's a little like.
He seems whiny to me, but
it's whiny.
He doesn't have the same depression as Cloud does, I think.
Yeah.
I think Cloud is more depressed.
Damn.
And Clive he definitely falls into a role of like, this is my purpose and this is what I need to do, as being this person.
Right.
And so he's definitely has a more of a positive outlook. Definitely, as you continue through the story, he gets more and more positive about his purpose in life. But I don't know. Like, honestly, if I'm being honest here, like, the more that I want to play, the more that I go through this game, I'm like, okay, now I want to go back and play 7 Remake and then go through that and see, you know.
So Cloud, you're interesting. You bring up this comparison because Clive is, like you said, Clive has this purpose. He knows what he has to do. He has this self, assigned mission in life, and da 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 da. Whereas Cloud was basically just a soldier that got sucked into the machine, and
Yeah.
like his existence was just to be a soldier.
Yeah.
And that's where the depression part of it comes from. He has no real understanding of like his background or where he comes from. Even the like loved ones around him, like Tifa and all of them, like his friends and stuff, he has no like concept of like his impact on them because he's just was a guy in the machine. Like be trained, become a soldier, fight for this corporation, and that's it,
Clive definitely goes through a period of like this is all happening, but why is it happening?
Right.
Like, but he has almost like a more of a curiosity approach. Like he keeps moving forward because he's curious about everything that's been going on. But he's not depressed about it.
You seen this one?
At least not at the beginning there was that period, and then he kind of, as he's starting to figure stuff out, then he's like, okay, now, what's the next step?
Yeah, I'm gonna do some more Tears of the King. I'm gonna get Tears of the Kingdom done, and then I think I'm gonna really dive into this one and really push through
to the end. To the end.
The
Yes.
end.
Yeah,
I'm at this point where I'm like in it far enough to where I'm like, yeah, let's take this to the end.
Let's see where it goes.
So.
Okay, cool. That's Final Fantasy 16. I believe that's still $69.99 on PlayStation 5.
Probably.
So I sat down and I've tried this thing numerous times because everyone talks about it. Final Fantasy 14.
Mm-hmm.
So I've actually sat down and invested time into this thing. I've gotten up to like level 20, 25, I think, in that range, give or take. And now I'm kind of starting to get why people are so hooked on this thing.
Well, why do you think everyone else was hooked at that point? Because sometimes for some people it took them to get to level 50 before they understood that. So I'm curious.
I think for me, it's the slow world. It's like that slow world building of Ezra, I think is what they say is what it's called. Azora or Ezra.
Is Azori.
Azoria, I think.
Why can't I think of what it is? But yes.
Yeah, I'm still getting the hang
one.
of all these things. Yeah, so like it's this slow world. Building.
Eorzea.
Yeah, it's a slow world building, and then you find out now, like mild spoiler alerts if you haven't done Final Fantasy 14 at all yet, but like you find out, this princess you had to go save is actually really high up in the royalty chain later on in one of the missions, and then you're sent out to go like you're sent out to these other worlds that have their own, leaders themselves, and you're supposed to build these alliances with those other worlds because the big bad dude's fucking coming, and all of this stuff. And I'm like, okay, now we're getting into like Final Fantasy territory. Like we start building up these worlds, we start building up our character, and then like this shit's gonna hit the fan.
It's definitely a slow burn story.
Yes, it's a slow burn story.
You will eventually get to a point where it's even. I mean, they revamped the main story of A Realm Reborn eventually, and I think they consolidated a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
But there is a point at which it gets very dull and very like, you need to gather this, you need to gather this. Okay, then you have to go to this place. Like, it's like, ugh. But then all of a sudden, boom, it's like 180 turnaround, and all of a sudden everything gets interesting.
It started getting really, really interesting because there was this little, what do they call him?
Lalafels.
Yeah, the little Lalafell guy, Papa Shan or something like that. Papa Shan or something like that, right? He's this little cute little Lalafell, right? And I'm doing all these little random tasks for him and all this stuff, right? And then out of nowhere, I have to go do this quest where I have to take down this bad guy, like in this region. And then I go do this. I go to that region to take on this bad guy. But then I found out, like, Papa Shalon or whatever his name is, the Luffalo's got a whole squad of dudes with them, and then we're all going to fight this guy together. And then I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like he's got a squad, and we're going to take this guy down. And then it starts building this world up, where it's like, okay, we have to go talk to this princess now, which I had saved previously, or hunted down for previously because she was missing, and now the story is all winding and tying together. And then they did this whole cinematic cutscene where the big bad dude's coming to Ezra and he's gonna, burn us all to hell. I'm like,
you're still very, very early on.
Yeah, but it's like to this
super
point now,
early.
Yeah, because everything before this was just boring. oh, go get me this, go get me potatoes and bring me potatoes so I can make the soup tonight. I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this? Like, what does this have to do with anything, right? But then,
Um, my brother plays a lot of this. Plays a lot of Final Fantasy 14, and he was saying that pretty much everyone agrees that like when you first start FF14, what is it like the first part? Is it called A Realm
a
Reborn?
Realm Reborn
Up
is the
to
first
level
part.
50 and
Yeah.
a little, you know,
Up
is
to that
a Realm
point,
Reborn.
you're gonna be dealing with a lot of like gameplay mechanics or just tropes where it's just it's a slow ride, and
It's so boring.
but once you get past that, that's where the game really takes off. And
I think I didn't really get like super involved into the story until the very end of A Realm Reborn. Like I'm talking about like the last
Yeah.
like 30 minutes. And then I still think that the first expansion is my favorite story, close second to the third expansion.
Which is all good because I bought the whole thing up until
Did you
whatever.
really?
Well, it was like $30 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I bought it like up until this whole thing, like wherever they're at now, right? And then I just found out they did the showcase thing yesterday, and the next one doesn't come till summer of next year. So I'm like, I got a whole year to get through this stuff. So I think I could do
Yeah.
this. So I think
There's
I'm good.
There's a lot, but
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think I can
trust
do
me, it gets better. Oh yeah, Heaven's Sword. Heaven's Sword was fantastic. That DLC is so good. And then a Shadow
Stormblood, I think, is the other one. Shadowbringers, sorry.
Shadowbringers, it was good. Stormblood was okay.
Yeah, so like I'm getting to this thing now where I'm like, okay, and like I think maybe those people that are extremely bored with it up until that level 50 order, maybe they're just, MMO people that haven't really touched a Final Fantasy or anything of that sort. But like when I'm playing through these lower levels, like the 20 range, and I'm starting to see the little story, world building, and all that stuff kind of come together, I'm starting to see the Final Fantasy's like elements come into play here.
It gets and then you really got delve into it.
Yeah, like the
when you get to expansions.
Yeah, like the Papa Shalin guy I was getting potatoes for and delivering bread and stuff. Where like it turns out he's kind of an important dude, and he's got like connections in this world of Azora and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, this is getting interesting. And then, I had to go to these other worlds and sign these alliances with these other leaders of this other world. Like I said, because the big bad dude's coming. Time to get ready. It's starting to get interesting. I'm gonna see it through. This is the most I've put into this game at this point. I've started it. I've stopped it. I've done new characters, and I can
What
never.
class? What class did you choose?
I picked the hand-to-hand combat one, whatever they call them.
Ooh, that's a fun class.
Yeah,
it's
so
one
like
of the harder ones.
Yeah, I'm going in there with swords, the whole shebang. I'm like going in there swinging. So
At this point, it's a pugilist prom.
maybe that's what it is.
He's
I'll look
pugilist,
it all up.
I think, and then eventually to the monk. I think,
That's
unless
one
they
of the
changed
things-
that. I don't know. They changed that.
That's one of the things that I find is a negative of this whole thing. Is one, like I said, the start of it's incredibly boring, but two, on top of it, there's so much stuff you have to like absorb to understand this game. There's like icons; they all look the same with one or two little different differences, but they do completely different things for your character and the story and all that stuff, and like your character building. A plus means this, a minus means you'll do this, a red one means you'll get this, and this. These are these type of missions. It's a lot to absorb, and I don't think that's clearly explained in the game necessarily.
The exclamation points are side missions.
Right, and then there's like red ones that are like side missions that do something different. And then
yeah. Because then there's the fates, FATES.
Yeah, and it's
and
all
then there's
different stuff.
yeah.
It's a lot to absorb. And I will say this right now, like the one thing I hate about this game, truly hate about this game, the map system's abysmal. Like the map is just bad. You'll think you're in the area where the mission thing is, like the mission icon is. You think you're in the area and you're nowhere near close because it's like 3 or 4 floors up and you have to find the stairways to that 3 or 4 floors up. It's really abysmal how the map system works. There's no like...
Have you played an MMO where there is a good map system?
No.
No.
Because they're all bad.
Right.
I remember Guild Wars being pretty bad.
Guild Wars was one of the better ones.
That's
Lord of the Rings.
God.
Guild Wars. I'm sorry. Guild Wars 2 was okay.
I never had the chance to play Guild Wars 2.
It was good. And then Lord of the Rings Online was really bad. I don't know about WoW. I never played WoW. I've had my fair share of MMOs. Let me tell
Yeah,
you.
it's a lot, and like if the map had the tier system like the Zelda one does, where you can see the different floors, my life would be so much easier, right? But it doesn't have that, and it just makes navigating this stuff incredibly difficult. But that's Final Fantasy.
I thought there were levels.
I'll double check it. Maybe I'm just like not.
Well, in certain dungeons, yes. And I think obviously like there's the ability to like go like higher up and then down below.
Yeah.
Because there's the city states that have multiple levels, and I'm pretty sure you can swap
Yeah,
between
I'll
them.
double
but
check
how
it.
to how to get there might be a little confusing.
Yeah, it's just like maybe it's something like with the map I haven't absorbed yet or figure out how to do, but it's a lot. I'm learning it piece by piece. Thankfully, Squaresoft, thank you. They have cute little training videos you can go watch on their on their YouTube channel, and explains it just like you got a job. You know, it's like you're gonna do this, 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 and this, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. But I wish there was more of that in the game to help explain it. But that is Final Fantasy 14. I think it's a paid MMO, so I think it's $14 a month or $15 a month at this point. And then you can get the game all the way up until DLC fairly affordably, $50 or whatever. And then I believe the first 50 levels are free. So, or you get 30 hours of game time, something like that. But that's Final Fantasy 14. On that note, we'll go ahead and take a break right now. We'll go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll be back to talk about a fun topic that Everis and Dill have conjured up together, and Zenith and myself. So we'll be back shortly here. This has been Good Friends, Good Games. It's Good Friends, Good Games. Everis gave us her best waifu face, and it's not what we were expecting.
I thought it was. I didn't make the other face. I could have made the other face.
The other face? Do we want to know what the
yeah.
other face is?
No, you do not.
No, absolutely
No.
not.
All right, we don't want to know what it is.
I don't even know what the other face looks like. So
I probably have a good idea.
we'll leave
what
it
the
for
other face is.
we'll leave it for mystery.
So there's something that I wanted to like mention that I was preparing for during the break, but I wanted to kind of wait until we were back live.
What you got?
Because Evers knows one of the things that I need to prepare for.
Farmer's End!
Yes.
Farmer's End!
Oh,
Farmer's End!
yeah, I saw this.
Oh, we getting Farmer's End.
Yes,
yeah,
we
are.
do.
I hit a sub goal, and with that, I have to, for an entire week, I have to pretend that I don't know what Zelda is.
Pretend.
I don't know what a randomizer is, and I'm playing nothing but cozy farming sim games, and I must find myself a pair of overalls.
Okay.
Ah.
All right. Here
And a
we
hat.
go. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to tell you this right now, sir. You cannot cheat because you need a hat.
Yes.
We looked at a hat.
How is he gonna put his hat on above his headphones?
You
Good
just switched
question.
to earbuds.
We just hope
Oh.
that I find one that... That's another thing I need to do. I could keep forgetting to measure my head because we saw one hat. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is a great price.
Okay,
Oh my
do you
goodness,
kn-
it's a straw hat.
Do you not know what, like, okay, so have you ever made a head comparison, be like small head, small, medium, or large? Like, do you know if you have a small or a large head?
I have a small head.
I have a small head, so just buy the small.
I got
Unless-
a large head.
Are you finding
I
hats
have
that are
head.
like 28, like go in like centimeters or whatever, and it's like the diameter of your head or something like that? Or is it small, medium, large?
Small, medium, large for some of them.
Okay.
So we did take a look at one hat, and it was the best deal out of all of them. And it's a straw hat. It's considered a farming hat.
Okay.
However, have you ever watched One Piece?
Yes. I've never watched
so
it, but I know what
the
you're talking
only
about.
hat that would make sense is the one that the main character Luffy
Luffy.
wears.
So you're gonna get
So I
Luffy's
would-
hat.
Have a Luffy hat.
Okay, we can also, I will allow this. I will let you go a little Hispanic with it. And you can get a bucket hat.
Bucket hat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
really? You think that's farmer?
That is Hispanic farmer.
Mm.
Yeah.
I thought baseball cap was more their jam.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
that too. But the when it's like sunny outside, like they usually will do like a bucket hat or something.
Yeah, just get myself like a Bass Pro Shop hat.
You don't want one of those like rice farming hats, like the.
Nice.
Yeah.
I saw those, and I'm like, I am going to be like, I don't want to dip into that territory because I know that I don't want to open up a shitstorm of offensiveness. So
I will
I'd
only
rather
accept Farmer Zen if he does the little thing with the, what do they call that stuff where you chew the wheat or whatever it is, and you need that little wheat thing in your mouth, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm actually not going to be doing that because it's going to scratch the microphone repeatedly.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
your
Microphone
straw
right
does
here.
your straw hat have like straw pieces like is it like a nice clean brim, or is it psh? You know what I'm talking about? There's like a difference.
I don't have one yet.
What would it
So,
be? Are you looking for are you looking like
you asked
like
that
old
question
school
with
far-
so much conviction. You're like,
Is
what
it
would
I,
is it like
I
a
mean,
straw
some of
hat
them were
with
like $60. I was like, 60. Should I get some boxes? Should I pay for this rental truck for my moving, or should I get a big fucking nice farmer
it's
hat?
a business expense.
You can just
Business
go to like a Mexican restaurant, say it's your birthday, they give you those hats, and then just call that your farmer's hat.
I almost got it
Like a
one of those,
sombrero
Corona
or
hats.
whatever.
I almost bought a Corona hat.
Okay.
It's like, hey, sponsored by beer and not COVID-19.
Uh-huh.
I think.
Oh, my Lord.
I'm about this. I want to see Farmer Zen.
Well, what about like okay, so are you gonna be like Oklahoma farmer, or are you gonna be like Texas like rancher? Because you can buy cowboy hats pretty easily.
Whichever is like very cheap and reasonable.
Everest is so invested in this like look that she is basically taking on the role of fashion.
I'm so into like cosplay.
Okay.
Like the only reason I haven't is because it's expensive. But
I think
Now you understand my dilemma. Thank you.
I want to cosplay. I want to cosplay Pura so bad.
Oh, okay.
So bad. Like Tears of the Kingdom Pura. Like that would be like so much fun.
Yes.
But
That would be lots
so
of fun.
it's like
That'd be
$180. As you talk about $500 like comic books, you know, it's like maybe $180 isn't that big of a deal, but
Yeah.
I think it'd be so
$500
fun.
comic books. I'm like, man, I would just love to have like half of that.
I would love to spend $500 on a comic book. I haven't done it yet.
Oh, snap.
Here you go. I got it. Oh, that's
Okay.
that's probably too expensive.
In the last episode, I talked about a little Tokyo, and they actually have a cosplay shop in there where you get all those like waifu wigs and all that stuff for those cosplays. They got a whole thing there.
Why are hats so expensive? It should not be this expensive.
Good hats are not
Because they're
cheap. I
cool.
learned
You
that.
can go to like hat stores like what do you call it? I don't know. You go to like I don't know, Hawaii. You go to like a Hawaii hat store and buy it for like $10. Like there's like places like this that sell hats for cheap.
Yeah, I'll be taking a look because I will be going to like my local thrift store. And
There you go.
And if they have one there, I will.
Yeah,
Definitely
I mean,
just
honestly,
grab one
you
of
could go
those.
there for the overalls. Just go to the thrift stores for the
Yeah,
the second
like
hand or
that.
Goodwill for the overalls.
Yeah, that will be
Oh,
where
easy
I'm going for
peasy.
the overalls. And if I
Yeah.
don't find one, then I will go to a freaking Walmart and keep a sparing God.
But
But
it may
I have
that
options.
the Walmart pair may be better than the the thrift store pair, or it could be worse. It just depends on who decides to donate that week.
Yeah. So so basically, I have some of the things that I've got going is people can redeem me to do a yeehaw.
Oh my
And people
god.
can yes, it will be via channel points where I'll belt out a yeehaw.
Is there a timer?
Oh, there's
No,
a cooldown, yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cooldown.
Morgan,
obviously.
can
I
I
press it over and
request
over and over again.
50,000 channel points
I've
added to
got
my account?
like some 10,000 or something, Would you like mine?
No, we need yours too. Like we're all in this together. And then can you add
I've
Dill?
got a few.
Yeah, can you add Dill some what do you mean you'd love to if I could?
Yeah, it's the channel points. Like that stuff Twitch gives out, not me.
Yeah, we would. You don't have any control over who gets what.
Oh, that's
basically.
okay. I don't know why.
Can
but
you
I
can
was
you
in old
dictate
school.
the you can't dictate the multiplier at all?
You can dictate that, but that's about it.
Yeah, the only way you can get like a multiplier of how many channel points you get is if someone subscribes to a higher tier. So
Right.
you want
Okay.
more
So
channel
I
points?
cannot. Okay. So
Give
this
me
is
those
not the
two
rupees.
Tier
like,
2, Tier 3 subs.
This is not the rupees I need. I need the actual Twitch
Yeah.
channel points. You bastard! I knew you were going to do something like this. to
Yeah, of
us.
course.
I knew it. I knew you were going to do something like this. Okay. You could have just made it rupees, and I could have just gone and just racked them up. Morgan would
Destroyed
just
them.
gave me some, and then you would have been yeehawing all damn day.
But
What if?
so-
Hear me out here. What
Okay.
if we take Farmer's End to the next level? Okay. How much?
like that hat.
Let me see.
You do
how
or
much
you don't?
Well, how much
I
would
do.
it cost me to rent a
It's
pony?
fairly reasonable.
Rent a pony. Okay.
Let's see. Rent a pony.
Probably a lot.
Canada. How much is it going to cost me?
I have to ride.
you
a pony
serious?
What?
Are you being serious right now?
Excuse
Oh
me.
It's
my
gonna
God.
shit on my floor, Eric.
You're farmer
Worth it for the
Zen.
content.
Do you
You're
want
gonna-
this or not?
You want a miniature horse? You want to rent a miniature horse in his apartment?
You of all
He-
people, Everis, I
have
thought
to-
would be on board for this.
First,
You are. See, you are. You know deep down you're for
I'm
this.
gonna have a streak of crap on my green screen.
Oh
you
my
know,
god.
actually, I'm pretty sure like the people have miniature horses in their house as pets, and they have them
Yeah.
potty trained and everything.
Okay, you know
Hmm.
what, Zenith? If you're so worried about the horse shit, okay, I will order a pack of those doggy like wee wee pad things that they put on the floor.
Why
That
don't you
will
just
help.
buy him a giant stuffed horse, like
Yeah.
not life size, but they have like large stuffed animal type. You know, you've seen the giraffes. You've seen like Meg's giraffe in her
Oh, yeah,
background,
that was
like
funny.
that vibe. Like why?
Because the stuffed horse, there is no risk of the stuffed horse accidentally
How
kicking
is
Zen.
Zen? How is Zen supposed to play a game when he's dealing with a horse walking back and forth around him, underneath him, and smacking him with his tail in his face? I'm defending you. I'm defending you. You better be happy right now.
The only thing horse that's going to be in my house is my throat after playing games on crowd control.
Yep.
I
you
don't
know
know.
what? You know what? Everest, you're
There
sucking
you
all
go.
you're sucking all the fun out of this. Okay.
No. No. Dragonfly has the right idea. Dragonfly has the right idea. Just live stream from a freaking farm. And just
I
have
will
all
use
the
my
animals
green
behind
screen
you.
and put a farm behind.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that'll
do
work.
that. To have
There
like
you
this
go. Now
little,
you're
have
thinking
like a
like content
live
creator.
stream
And I
farm
will
behind
make
you.
I will make sure that this is a farm where it has like one of those like small horses that Eric has, and I will make sure it shits on camera just for you.
More important matters. Okay, more important
Yes.
matters here. Pony rides at your home. Okay, we've got several ponies here we could choose from.
Oh my
We've
God.
got
You
Dory,
do?
Callie. Okay, what kind of horse would you like, Zenith? Would
Zen,
you like
what
to-
level of your apartment complex do you live on again?
I live on the 14th floor.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, if we're going by Skyrim logic, I'm pretty sure my horse could just like scale the wall.
Yeah, could do. Does she just
But yes,
Skyrim
please
walk
do
out?
tell me.
Okay, we've got a
Um,
problem here. We got a problem here.
Oh,
These
no, what's the
horses have a
problem?
weight limit of like 70 to 100 pounds. So Zenith cannot ride one of these. So this is out.
He's not that much heavier.
I if I don't eat for a couple of days, we can bend the rules a little bit.
Here we go.
Sure.
Vancouver Pony Rentals. Let's see here.
I have to go to the other side of the country for this.
No, the horse will come to you.
much
Just
is it?
ultimately go to the
Vancouver?
other side of the country?
Vancouver is literally the other side of the fucking country.
How long is the stream, Zenith? Ignore Jess
whole week.
Naysayer over here.
It's the whole week. It's the whole week. He's like a whole week of Farmers Inn.
Yeah.
Oh, this is rough. Okay, this is gonna cost me a lot of money here. 1 hour,
Yeah.
1 pony, $210.
He's
How
contemplating
much
it.
did you think it was gonna be? $5?
Fingers crossed. In this
I'm
economy.
trying to do this as humane as possible. Trust me, I can find a horse to rent for $5, but I'm trying to
Or-
do this as humane as possible.
Better yet, what if instead I do you a spade and I do something really fun and I put a thing on my throne wish list, which is essentially a broom with a horse head on it, and I will ride it in the stream every
Yes.
single fucking day.
That'll do. I'll accept
And when
that.
you leave for break.
And I will
Yes.
pet it and I will say, "This is my horse named Eric."
Okay.
Oh,
okay,
my.
You know what? All
Podcast,
right.
buddy.
Don't, riding
You want to
Eric
see me
is
stroke
TOS.
the horse?
Oh my god.
No,
I'm
don't-
riding Eric.
No.
Riding Eric is TOS.
Eric is enjoying being ridden. Don't forget to feed Eric to carrots.
Start a podcast, Hannah says. Get your friends, Hannah says. Look, now I'm getting ridden.
Time for us to all be fired.
That's the evolution of the podcast
That's
game.
what happens now. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're obviously not going to get a real horse in here. This is actually a lot of money.
Aw, it's a shame.
We're obviously not going to talk about video
We're not
games
going to get
either,
our
but
deposit
here we
back.
are.
Oh well. Yeah, if we bring a horse in here.
This is all Zen's fault. He brought this up.
He
Yeah.
did, actually.
Yeah.
He did. So now we've got more important matters than the video games and what we want to talk about here. We got more important matters. We got to get Farmers Zen up to speed. Okay, I'll settle for the horse on the broom head thing. I'll settle for it. But you need an intro every time. Like when you start the stream, you need an intro with the song and everything, and you got to gallop all up into the frame. Because if you don't do it right, it don't count.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this is going to come bite me back.
Yeah.
As
in the ass
long as I
somehow.
name the horse Eric.
Yes. That's a good exception. Yeah, that's a good one. I would take that, Eric.
This was your idea, Eric.
Yeah, it was your idea
Yeah,
after
well,
all.
You've
Okay.
fallen into
I'm
your
giving-
hole.
You know, I have so
Yeah.
much respect for your great ideas that I'm naming the horse after.
Okay, I will accept the horse being my name. You are not allowed to do the following.
Pow just comes into Zen's stream like, why is Zen riding Eric?
You are not allowed to moan or groan or anything while riding Eric
Oh,
horse.
there's
Oh,
gotta
that's
be
against
some.
TOS anyway.
You
that's
are
gonna
not
be-
there's
allowed
gotta
be
to.
some
I will
grunting.
not
You are
be
not.
moaning.
You are not allowed to slap fake Eric horse butt and say.
What about the
"Giddy up."
face?
You see, I may appear
That
like
couldn't have
a
been a
farmer,
worse
and I'm-
animal to
and I'm
name
from
you
the
after.
south, and I know we like to sleep around a little bit, but don't worry, I don't.
I will
be
accept. I will
refrigerating
accept
the
petting.
Twitch
You can pet the
DOAs.
horse head. You can pet the horse head. You can feed it, hay and all that good stuff. But
That
we
horse
are
can
not-
pet my head. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Jesus Christ. Ah. Just give me the.
Oh my
spurs.
god. Oh my
Oh
god.
no, where are we going with this?
Stop. No. Too far. Too far.
Nothing's too far in this
Wait, what
podcast.
went too far? What did I miss?
Just give Eric the spurs.
Yeah.
Too far. Too far. Reel it in. Reel it
Too
in.
soon. Too
All right, we got a
soon.
topic to talk about. Let's hear about it.
This
What's
podcast
that?
is running so long. Hold on, let me get my.
Uh,
Good
let me
horses, good games.
Let me get.
It's my fault. It's because I'm here. It's because I'm
Mhm,
here.
Sure.
Let me
it
regain my
is.
composure here because apparently I'm a horse that's getting petted now.
Yes, you are. You're a good
no,
horse as
no.
well.
Roll with it. Roll with it, Eric. I will
good
mediate
No,
for
I'm
you.
gonna accept it. You know what though? I'm going to accept it.
Good
because
friends, good horses.
This was a charity redeem, right? Right.
Yes.
If I remember right, Farmers Zen was a charity redeem.
It's if we're talking about Zen's yes. Zen needing charity, yes. But no,
Yes,
it's
Zen
a
is
personal
charity.
it's a personal goal.
Oh,
personal
is this
stream goal.
is this fundraising for your?
Personal stream goal, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's basically everything that goes towards helping me with moving
Move.
expenses.
Move.
You can call the horse Eric. You can pet the head, you can slap the horse, you can do everything because you know what? I'm all for this. Okay, if it helps you, you can do whatever you want.
There we go. We got him. We got him.
Okay. I may post an Instagram picture of myself lying in bed with the horse.
Oh.
I mean, if it gets you where you need to go, fuck it, whatever. If it gets you where you need to go, that's fine.
Eric is keeping me.
Were you worried about
night.
Were you worried about like charity, like inappropriate behavior for charity streams or something? Is that what you were?
No, I was just
asking?
gonna up the ante. Like I was just gonna up the
okay.
ante if it was for charity. But if it's his own personal charity, you know what? I'm still upping the ante. You know what? You can do it. I will rent the horse. And then
Yeah. The S of my cup stands for Spurs.
Nice.
what if we do this? What if we set a sub goal during the Farmer's End streams, and if it actually does happen, we'll get a real horse in there. I mean, fuck your landlord. You're leaving anyway, right?
God.
Fuck your landlord. We're leaving
It sounds
anyway.
like cry. It sounds cry laughing. Sounds
you
cry
do?
laughing right now.
I'm trying to cough and spit. We reach a certain sub goal, and what I'll do on my last day of living in this apartment, because fuck the building tenant or the landlords. What I'll do is on the last day, I will leave the superintendent with the horse.
Nice.
So yeah.
No, because I will up the ante, and if you take the horse through the Tim Hortons drive-through,
Oh my god.
All right, I'll do that. I will ride into my apartment, and then instead of bringing it back, I will just park it right outside my superintendent's door, and it will shit right off the.
this is the best. This is turning into the best charity stream ever.
Yeah.
Like who would not fund
500 subs. Let's do it.
Because fuck them. That's why.
Yeah. And what I'll do is I'll just tattoo the words Eric on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's this
All right.
Eric guy?
We're not getting to this topic, are we?
No.
We'll save it for next time.
Yeah.
Eric the horse.
Because I still think we should do it,
Yeah, we should
but
do it.
but we need to
Next
give it
time.
a proper time, like
We need a proper
full
we need
episode.
proper discussion about this thing here. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can't keep talking about the horse for another 10-15 minutes.
The horse is important, Eric. We need to talk more about it.
All right. Okay.
The horse, of course.
Farmer's Zen is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Follow
Exactly.
Legend
So
of
we're
Zenith on
excited for
Twitter.
this.
And I'm sorry. Follow Legend of Zenith on X and Twitch. And
X and Twitch.
Oh, God.
and
Are you
Twitch
cry
on Insta.
laughing?
I'm cry laughing because I'm picturing Zen on this fucking horse.
I'm just picturing Zen riding Eric right now.
No, you need to pull off the Monty Python
Oh,
and just
no.
have two coconuts and go
Oh yeah, Eric can do the coconut.
Yes, guys,
Yeah.
I need coconuts.
Yes, coconuts.
The fuck did we get
I
in
will
here?
fucking do
Like, I don't know. I think this is by far the worst. Like
Eric,
steering
you
of
just
this
gotta look on the
podcast.
bright side of life, you know.
Hold on. I will get
That's
What I'll do,
easy.
instead of
That's easy.
coconuts,
Coconuts are like
Weird Mode Joy-Con, and I'll just be like this.
Oh my. I can't hear a
hear it.
single bit of that.
Howdy, partners, we all ready for Farmer's Sand today.
that was so loud.
My
love it.
God.
That was so loud.
Why you didn't like how loud my
My-
Wild. This is I think this is probably the most extreme tangent we've ever taken on the
Yep.
podcast.
It's all
Blame Zen.
becomes just this.
Blame Zen.
Zen
Hey,
is to
where's my
blame.
spotlight, Eric? Wait, I
Yes,
gotta
of
change
course.
all the fucking logos from the Twitter to like the fucking X. I hate it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not giving Muskrat his
Tell them how you really feel, Zena.
Yes, tell us how you're feeling.
I'm feeling kind of hoarse because my voice hurts.
A little bit nay.
Wow, that was intense.
What was that?
That was a sneeze and a half.
Whew.
Do you still have
It
your
was
insides?
satisfying. That's what it was.
You still
Yeah,
have
you
your
blew your brains
insides?
out.
It was very
Yeah,
satisfying.
the horse topic got to Everis.
Ooh,
Everis.
Ever with.
I might have grown an allergy.
Oh no. Okay, we got a few minutes here before we wind this down. That conversation took way longer than I thought.
What
It
a
was gonna.
fun topic to talk
Yeah.
about this. Yeah.
That was
Congrats for that. Zen, you were Farmer Zen.
We need to title this podcast "A Horse, of Course."
Farmer Zen, obviously.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think Everis has done it again. A horse, of course. I think she did
There
it.
we go.
Yeah, congratulations. Everis
Wonderful.
has got 2 under her belt. Okay.
Do I have to put a notch in my bedpost?
I mean,
Is that how this is working?
Sure.
It's like one of those like prison walls. We just like
Yeah, exactly.
just put markers.
Let me get
in
my
it.
Etch a Sketch out.
this whole podcast is just going to be clips of Zen as a farmer. Do we get Farmer Zen on Good Friends, Good Games? That's a real question. Do I book him?
Yes, that has to happen.
Is he available?
I will check his schedule.
And we'll call the agent, Morgan. Is Farmer Zen available?
You do realize, I actually was contemplating not telling you guys that I hit this, and then
I
showing up.
already
It's like
knew.
where it's like, all right, guys, we're starting the podcast. No mention, and then it's okay. Stream is now live, and then I'll say, oh, hold on a second, just gotta just put my bowl away, and then I come back wearing overalls. And oh
No,
my
I'm
God.
very glad that you said something about
Yeah.
it.
I'm excited for this. I'm legit excited for this. You know what? Thank you also for probably one of the funnest 30 minutes of podcast I think we've done so far to date
Thank you.
on this show. That was a lot of fun. We got some crowning moments here. Okay. Well, we got Farmers then. What are we playing? Are we playing some Stardew Valley? Is that what we're doing for the
It's 2 streams of Stardew Valley modded. So there's like a mod. It's called Stardew Expanded, where it adds different things to the farm, adds new NPCs, whole bunch of like crops and other kinds of stuff, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I think that'd be, because if I just played vanilla Stardew, like it'd be fun. Just it wouldn't be.
Yeah,
It
God
just
forbid
wouldn't
it
be
be fun.
special. Yeah, so like I want to try and like find my own like kind of like spin of things, and then I might, obviously I could involve some chaos because one of my earliest, like the very first time I've ever streamed Stardew Valley on stream is with my buddy Conda Fiction, and we did 0 farming. All we did is just try and blow each other up and fence each other off. So yeah, I'll come up with a fun way to just mess things up around. Like, yeah, it could be like it'll be like cozy chaos, I would say.
Okay.
And then I could probably be playing like the new Story of Seasons. I might play like one of my classic, like one of my like favorite Harvest Moon games. So I'll actually be taking that kind of like I'll be keeping it fun, just keeping it serious. And then I think one of the days I might just leave it up to
I'm gonna keep this
people's
thing from being
suggestions.
as serious as humanly possible. You realize that, right?
Oh yeah.
I know I come to streams when I can, but when there are momentous occasions like this where you just leave it ripe for the picking, we're gonna be there, and it's gonna make your life a living hell.
I'm ready for it.
You ready for it? It's like I've been
What
tortured.
other farm? I mean, I feel like there's so many farming sims out there.
So
That's why I asked you, like, what qualifies as like a farming sim for you personally?
So people were suggesting Animal Crossing, but the thing is, it's more focused on decorating as opposed to farming.
yeah,
Animal Crossing is a here. It's not so much the farming. It's I don't know. It's
Yeah,
not.
it's a cozy sim game, but it's not like a farming sim game.
Right. And so it has to have that farming element more prominent. There's
here's the thing. There's so many of these games that are out there the part that I think annoys me slightly is they all kind of mooch off the farming element of it. Like they all mooch off the farmers, right? I miss the days of like Roller Coaster Tycoon and what was the other one? Is Roller Coaster Tycoon? There was one that EA did like decades ago where like it was like a golf course like simulator. Like you make golf courses.
Oh,
Slime Rancher is kind of a farming game.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I will say Stardew Valley is quite an achievement because I believe it was only made by one guy, right? Like
It
if
was, yeah.
Yeah.
it was in that book. I read the book where they were talking about it. It's like one
Mm.
guy. So
Maybe I can play like Harvestella. Like apparently there's a demo for it for the Switch.
Then here's my suggestion. There's a game
Yeah.
called Farm Together, which is literally all about farming and maximizing profit. Literally, that's all it is. And then I would be disappointed if you didn't spend one day playing Farming Simulator 2000, whatever it is now.
23
Wait.
now, isn't it?
Where you literally are just driving around tractors and putting down crops and stuff, because that is about as farming farming sims go.
Well, if it's if the game is super cheap, I might just have
Like
to do
20, I don't know, it's like
Well,
20. I mean, if you
okay.
get like an early version, it won't be that expensive. They release new versions like every year.
Farming Simulator 23 is Farming Simulator 22 is just shy of $40. So that's pretty pricey for a
Get the 19 one. That's $20. There's Farming Simulator 19. It's just $20.
Oh, that was the wait, why did they skip 20 in? Is this the year they
COVID?
were released?
COVID,
Correct.
probably.
Okay, these are the
Yes.
years they were released. Sorry. Okay.
It does, yeah. It's fundamentally the same. There's just little details that are improved or whatever, but it doesn't matter to play the most recent one.
Okay. What was the other game you said, Everis? It was Farming Simulator and what else?
Farming Simulator and then Farm Together.
Farm Together.
That's literally all it is. is just maximizing profit on this little like cute little farm.
Okay.
You can actually have friends with you as well.
What is the consensus here then? What do you feel, Zenith? Do you feel like a more cartoony Farm Simulator vibe, or would you be more interested in something serious like Farming Simulator, like Microsoft Farming Simulator?
Honestly, I think that would be fun because it's hard. Because you have to be very specific about like moving around. I think you could easily create chaos with Farming Simulator 20 whatever.
Yeah. Well, the thing too, so I was watching. I actually watched Markiplier play Farming Sim with his buddies.
Did you really?
Wow.
And yes, like the first, and it was actually a hilarious 2-hour videos because like they didn't know a single fucking thing. But the thing that to consider though about playing Farming Sim is the novelty will wear off fast, because you will run out of things to mess up or cause chaos on. And when I'm trying to aim for like a 5-hour kind of stream, like if I have Farming Simulator, like I would probably play that for like 2 hours, and then once the novelty wears off, I would want to switch to something else. So so that's like a bit of a tough one. So like if it was like $5, I would definitely pick it up just for like just dick around in for like a couple hours, but then I'd need something else to play afterwards, because I'm not sure if people want to sit there for like 5 hours watching me play Farming Sim. But I do want to go for like a mix of like trying to take something serious but make it super goofy, but also go for the cartoon route.
So we're looking at Farm Together.
Yeah,
You can't be as goofy with Farm Together. It doesn't work. You can be way goofier in Farming Sim.
Right, because this basically, Zenith could be the worst farmer in existence in Farming Simulator, and it would still be...
Because you can just piss people off and like not make straight lines. You know what I mean? Like you're laying down seed, or you're harvesting seed, and then you piss off the entire chat because you're going at a diagonal instead of a straight line.
What I'll do in Farming Sim,
content.
what I'll do in Farming Sim is I will grow only coffee, but I'll spell the words "fuck you" on my farm with my crops.
There's so much you can do, and then whenever you build stuff, you can. It's so detailed that it's very easily fuckable. Because I mean, like Mark's videos are 2 hours, but I guarantee they were probably playing for like 8, and those were like the best moments that they could come up with. But I feel like there's so much you could screw around with in that game.
Yeah, I'll think about it. I'll need to like. That's probably like a stream that I would need to do some like pre-planning as like what I would do because like there's a couple times where I played what is it, cooking simulator, and I had to go into those streams with a plan because if I didn't have a plan, then I'm not sure if it'd be as entertaining because it'd be harder to improv just throwing random crap together. Like there's kind of like it's kind of has to have like a story, like a beginning, middle, and an end. And I need to come up with something that would be effective, that would keep people engaged throughout the whole entire experience. So
I think farming simulator might work.
Mhm.
I think this might work for you.
Okay. Think about it.
Zenith, will you kindly do me a favor?
Yes.
Will you give me your Steam friend code, please?
Wow.
Oh, you're exposed right there, aren't you? Settings just like no.
It is
You don't have to tell it to me. You can put it in the chat. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to do the friend code.
Oh fuck.
So if you go if you have Steam open, you can go to your profile. Wait, hold on. You go to your Steam, and you go to your name, and you go to friends. It will tell you your friend code.
Yeah. The other thing to consider that may or may not be a factor is my graphics card is absolute horseshit. So
I mean. Just give me the friend code. Just give me the friend code.
Farm simulator minimum requirements are very low.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like Flight Simulator where you need, literally need a NASA space shuttle
This
to
one
play
says
that.
this one says NVIDIA GeForce GTX 650
Oh yeah, that's
as a minimum.
Yeah,
and
that's
AMD Radeon HD 7070
a coffee maker.
7770. Yeah, it's
could run
very
Farming
very
Simulator.
low. It's very low. If you can play Skyrim, you can 100% play this game.
How the fresh fuck do I check my friend code?
If you are in Steam, where it says store, library, community, and then it has your username. If you go there and then you hit friends, you will see add a friend.
All right.
And then it'll give you your friend code.
Oh.
Yeah, who would have thought Nintendo was the only one that used this archaic system, right?
All right. There we go.
All right. Oh, this one's a nice friend code. It's very rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it's 69, 169, 69, and 96.
Which, honestly, I don't know why you weren't in my list anyway. I guess we just don't play games together.
Well, we're going to have to fix that if we want to hit Twitch Pavilion.
Yeah. Okay. Let me know when you've accepted this. Isn't this a fun podcast, boys?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's see. What do we got here? Where is the requirements for this?
All right, done.
All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, dude. A fucking coffee maker can run this game.
Or maybe
Which one are you looking at? You looking at 19?
Yeah,
or?
19.
Yeah. I like how under recommended, all it says is 64-bit processor and operating system. That's all it says is under recommended.
All it says.
And then a minimum is GeForce GTX 650.
Yeah, that's pretty old. All right, here we go. I have made a contribution here.
All right. Oh my gosh. Can I hire Dill to be my farmer hand?
Sure.
Hmm. When is it? Okay, we'll talk about this in a second here. Let's see. We'll talk about this in a second.
Okay.
Give me 1 second here. Okay.
I mean, Farming Simulator 17 is only $6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh snap! Oh, you son of a bitch!
Now you have no excuses.
There you go.
There
All
you
right.
go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you will get Farming Simulator 2019 on Farmer's Ends. There you go. All right, have
All right.
fun.
All right, but because of that, we all need to do a synchronized yay haw.
No.
Yay. We do not yay.
Yay haw!
We do not
We yay haw in this bitch.
Okay,
All
here's
right,
what's going to
fine.
go down. Here's what's going to go down, okay? Farmer Zen will need to make an appearance on Good Friends, Good Games.
Yes.
All right, we got Farmer Zen, okay? But on top of it, we will also have Farmer Dill.
Huh.
We're also going to have Farmer Everis. And we're going to have Farmer Eric.
All right.
Interesting.
And if you
Okay.
can't,
Are we gonna just talk about? Are we just gonna talk about farming sims that whole day?
No,
Yeah,
we're gonna do
probably.
a normal. We're gonna do a normal podcast, but for the sake of helping our friend here, we will link to Zenith's channel and all that good stuff, and we're gonna go and help our buddy out here and get some exposure out there. But we're gonna all do it as a farming crew.
Yay.
get all your overalls out, get your flannel plaid.
I can get
on.
flannel shirts. I don't get the overalls.
Oh no! See, I'm going to be Hispanic farmer. All right, so you're gonna get me in a Dodger hat and a Dodger shirt,
I'll wear a flannel shirt and a baseball cap.
and I will background myself in front of the Home Depot.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Eric. Oh my god! Wow.
So, I don't know what you want to do, Everest. You are more than welcome to set up your own farmer facade there.
Waifu farmer.
Waifu farmer. Are you going to do the pigtails?
I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
I could do the pigtails.
What's the one? What's the one? The Beverly Hillbillies. What was her name? I don't remember her name. But there you go. Okay, there you go. So Ellie Mae, thank you. Dragonfly, thank you very much. Ellie Mae. Go look up Ellie Mae on
Do I
Beverly
know
Hillbillies.
this?
You might not. It might be out of your time.
It might be out of my
yeah,
my realm.
your realm of time.
Oh my god! I cannot do that with my hair. Jeez.
What does a British farmer look like, Dill? Like, what is a British farmer?
Honestly, I don't really
Jeans?
see. Yeah, jeans. I don't see them much in the. British farmers aren't like the typical farmer. They just wear like jeans and a shirt, and that's really
okay.
it. And a hat for if it gets hot, if it's like sunny.
All right.
That-
Well,
that's
you're not
it.
going to do this alone, Zenith. You know,
Okay.
if anyone
But
has
then
any,
again-
if anyone has any qualms, we'll talk about it in Discord after. But I, for one, will not let you do this alone.
But I have to ask Dill, do British farmers really do any work? Because it's always raining there. It's doing all the work for you.
Oh, they do. They do. I literally live in an area where there are farms.
Okay.
The
Oh.
only time they actually do work though on the actual like acres that they own is like when it's harvest season, when they all harvest all the crops, and that's about it.
So you need to watch the show Clarkson's Farm. Jeremy Clarkson from
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
yeah,
Oh.
it's amazing. That show's amazing because it's educational, but it's also very, very funny. But it's all about Jeremy Clarkson taking over his farm and doing the farming work all for a whole year during COVID, and it's brilliant, as you all Brits would say. But it's really great. They actually, I mean, I work hard like everyone else. I know that was a joke, but it was really cool to watch.
I actually do have immense respect for farmers because people kind of like laugh and scoff at it a little bit, but it really is hard work that very few of us would actually want to do.
It was crazy, like how much, like you can be completely screwed over depending on the weather.
Yeah.
Like you don't get enough rain, you're effed. Rain comes too soon, you're effed. You know,
Yeah,
like
it's
it
like
really relies on.
Yeah. And then like there's different like if there's like any extreme like weather shifts for a year, it can not only can it completely destroy your current crops, but it can destroy your crops for like an entire year. So
Yeah, it's necessary, and I this is totally off topic about anything we're talking about here, but um, they, how do I word this? Like that coffee we all drink, it's all farmed by these people. The fruits
Right.
and the vegetables and all this. There's somebody out there picking it off branches and plants and digging out the ground and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of hard work involved in it. So you know what? I have immense respect for it. But to wind it back here before we close out, yeah, I'm in it with you, Zenith. We'll do what would it be? August.
the very next podcast.
Yeah, the next podcast would be August. What is today? 29th. That would be the 12th.
Mhm.
So August 12th, when we come back, you will have Farmer Eric and you will have Farmer Zen, and then these two over here. We'll see what farmers they'll decide to come with. But on that note, we're gonna go ahead and wind down here. Sorry that whole second half of episode went on a complete.
Yeah, it did.
I didn't expect that. I was just like kind of just wanted to let you know what I've been busy with.
And then
I'm
Everis
so
was
sorry,
just all
guys.
in. Everis was so invested when she heard Farmer said that we couldn't stop.
As
Yep.
soon as Zen brought it up the first day, like he was like, "Okay, guys, this is our stream goal." I was like, I was all in it from that point.
Yeah,
So.
it's like I just mentioned that casually in passing. Is like, oh my gosh, what if we just did like a farming sim week as like a goal, and then everyone got so excited, and that's all we got talking about for like the rest of the stream. It's like, all right, fine, we're fucking doing this thing.
we talked about farming games. It wasn't
Yeah.
We did.
It wasn't completely,
So maybe Farmer Eric will go and make an appearance at Farmer Zen's farm. We'll see what happens here.
Mhm.
Because you're streaming like all week that month, right? Up until you can.
Well, it's gonna be like 5 days that week, so like I'll likely do a stream
I think
after
you
the
should.
podcast.
I think you should extend it. I think you should make it 2 weeks.
I would, but the problem is no one's gonna want to show up during farming sim week.
No,
I think
no.
A
that's
lot of
not-
people are. It's like,
I
what is this fucker
disagree.
doing? He's not playing Zelda or randomizer.
Everyone needs to
disagree.
turn up. Everyone
The
needs
thing
to
is
turn
that
up.
so many people in your community play farming and like
Does
simulator
Hyrule
games.
not have crops?
Can't you do that in Tears of the Kingdom where you can
It-
farm crops?
It's one of those things where I think it kind of brings a lot of people together. I think it's one of those guilty pleasure type games where it's like not everyone wants to admit they played Stardew Valley, but everyone's played Stardew Valley. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it falls under that, and I think it's almost unifying. I don't think you're gonna drop in viewers as like
Yeah.
like you think. You
I mean, I'm fully expecting like that drop, and also fully expecting like less support during that week, but I'll keep it fun. So that's why we did it, and that's why I made it like kind of a sub-goal anyway. It's like, hey, this might offset the fact that like
maybe if you have high turnout, that you can extend it and see how it goes.
You're gonna have high turnout because I'm gonna show up.
yes, you are
Right.
worth like 10 views.
The legend is here, myself. Farmer
The
Pow.
mediator.
Farmer Pow might show up. I'm just saying.
Ooh.
Hey, yo.
She's
Hey,
napping. No one say anything. She's napping. Farmer Pow
Okay.
might show up.
And we also need Farmer Josh.
Farmer Josh. Okay.
There's no way. There's no
Yeah,
way you can
come
get him to
on.
do it. There's no
I
way.
bet you anything. If I talk to Josh,
He's
Josh
got
would be
the
like,
he's
yes.
got the pot up right now. Like he's probably listening. He's being like, no. Or
I bet
maybe you know
anything
what?
he's
Maybe
on
he'll
Amazon.
surprise me. Maybe
He's on
he'll surprise
Amazon
me.
buying stuff right now.
It
Oh,
may
see?
be possible.
There you go. See, he's in for
He
it.
has a pair of overalls. It is nothing. He doesn't
can
even
buy
have
a pair of
flannel.
get a
overalls.
pair of overalls.
He's got no flannel or anything.
That doesn't
I
matter. You go the Hispanic route. I'm telling you, just get a Dodger cap and a Dodger shirt, and you're good to go.
Ugh.
You're good to, and a Corona. Don't forget the Corona, and you're good to go.
Uh,
I'm gonna get my. I think I might just get like the Corona straw hat. It's like fuck you promoting drinking.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna close the pod out here for today. Thank you all for hanging out with us today. It was kind of a wild one and a little bit of a weird one, but
It
we had a lot of
was.
fun.
It
There
was
a lot of fun.
a
a
Can
lot
we
of
end like the pod with like one yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
all right. If anyone has anything before we sign out here, Anyone? Okay.
Don't do drugs. Stay in school.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Boom.
That's not, yeah, that was
Yeah.
very 90s. Go for it.
Especially
Dare.
you.
Yeah.
I'm
Only
a
you,
90 kid. I'm a 90s kid.
only
Don't put it in
you-
your mouth.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Only
I
you
was
can
about to
prevent.
say that. God damn it.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna head out of here. We have Dill, we have Everis, and we have Zenith, and of course we have myself. This is Good Friends, Good Games, and everyone. To close out here, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do that yeehaw. 1, 2, 3.
Yee
Yeehaw.
Ah,
We'll see you guys soon.
fuck me.
God damn it.